And we're live.
Yep, we are.
What's going on, gentlemen?
What's up, Jay? Welcome to the party. What's up, Sonny, Zeus, everybody
What's
here?
going on?
How's everybody doing tonight?
Everyone's doing great. My first question, do we all have pants on, or are we just relaxing right now?
People have to pay extra to find out what's going on underneath.
That's part of the Patreon account?
That's for the StreamYard After Dark. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, I've got my Bud Light pajamas for Tommy. All set, ready to roll.
Oh, man.
Who's going to model those for us tonight?
Hopefully not the fucking chick that showed us her fucking ass. What was that tonight?
Yeah, the girl on we don't want to give we're live, so we don't want to give any names, but she used to model with some scantily clad clothing, and now she just decided
she still does.
What I
don't know. You see the pictures today?
What I meant was she used to do it with clothing. Now it's just letting a whole bunch of fresh air in there now.
Yeah, it was like a butthole was on our screen. Somebody screenshot it. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Hopefully there was no toilet paper. Hopefully there was toilet paper crumbs on the butthole.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I was like, who the fuck is that? And they're like, it's the Ripper.
It's the Ripper.
No.
It's the Ripper.
You know what it is, guys? It's because of us and our stupidity. She's losing viewers. And so she's like, I got to up it up. I don't know why people don't find me as sexy anymore. And it's maybe because people like us put the behind some of her photos.
But it's having the reverse effect because now she's doing things that are even funnier than before.
So, do you define nudity as funny, Tom?
Well, this particular type is a little bit funny, Jay.
All right.
Normally, no. No.
That's fair.
So we Steve, our buddy Steve Wright from Potter Than Hell, he's on board chiming in with the Ripper. Crash Crafton says Jay's wearing pants for once. You guys are so lucky.
I decided to, it's like going to church. Decided to, put the church clothes on today.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. That's good enough.
Yeah. So, guys, we already did our on our bonus episode. We got up to our 10th album, and just like when we reviewed our 10th Kiss album, obviously the bonus ones, all we do is review albums. So we got to the 10th album quicker. Yes, we decided to do a review of the 10 albums we reviewed. So, like the Kiss one, we decided to do a live stream. This time we wanted to bring somebody new on with us and join in the fun. He's not new to us. We've been on his show, I think vice versa with the Growing Up Rock crew. And that is Jay. I think sometimes we call him Jay with the J, or Jeff, or from the Hook Rocks. Welcome aboard. Thank you for coming with us, coming on board.
Thanks for having me, guys. This is really exciting. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to scrapping with you guys a little bit and telling you why you're wrong, which is pretty evident with the list that I've reviewed so far.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Wow,
there'll be a lot to cover here. Yep.
There was only one of us dumb enough to have a song from Appetite in the bottom 20.
Oh, Sonny comes out early with shots fired right away.
They're no lover boy, but they're up.
Seriously, this is coming from the guy that had Lovin' Every Minute of It, like in the top.
That's a great song.
Oh. Brutal.
That's on my Get Busy playlist. I don't want to hear about it.
Dude,
how often do you play your Get Busy playlist? Because if that's on your playlist, you ain't getting busy, my friend.
When he cruises the high schools, he's blasting that.
Oh, man. Brutal.
Rolling around in a small Toyota Corolla with the Lovin' Every Minute playing on the cassette.
That's his style, bro. You didn't know that?
With the Y&T underoos on.
That's right. They have underoos? Wait a second. I didn't know they had those.
I'm here for you, Sonny. I'm here to tell you all these things.
Well, listen. We're at the point now where let's get back to why we're here, and then we can shit on each other. So we're here at the point that we have 10 albums done. We reviewed them. We ranked them. We did all that. And they're all classic albums. So just when we got all the numbers done and we fucking put an episode out, we decided to fuck it up and add a fourth person, change the numbers even more, and see what comes out. I like it because Jay's opinions a little bit with me, a little with Sonny on some songs, a little with Tom on others. He's all over the place, which means our numbers are all over the place, which is great. 4 strong opinions. That's what I want to see. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to break down the albums that we've already reviewed so far and talk about them a little more. And the 10 bonus albums we've done so far, Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction, Whitesnake, Slide It In, Van Halen, OU812, Soundgarden, Superunknown, Def Leppard, Pyromania, Metallica, Load, Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind, Bon Jovi debut album, Bon Jovi, Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz, Alice in Chains, Jar of Flies, and no Loverboy, whatever fucking Sonny wanted us to do.
Yet.
Yeah, so we're doing those 10 albums. We're going to break them down, talk about the 105 songs on those albums. We're not going to go through them all. The last 20
We're not?
I got a spiral notebook specifically for this, Zeus.
We'll be here till midnight. We're going to do bottom 20, top 20, just some, songs that come to mind that maybe we want to talk about. And then we're obviously going to go over the albums, how we rank them, and then the covers as well. So now that I've talked for the last 5-10 minutes, somebody else want to jump in and say a few words?
Yeah, so like Zeus, you were saying, we do the bonus episodes with Sonny every month. But whenever we do the live stream, like you said, we did with Kiss, we brought in, Sonny and our buddy Steve Wright for that. And we wanted to bring in Jay because we love Jay's show. Friend of the show, and we also know that Jay has an extremely varied taste in music. So he's familiar with all these albums, whether it's rock, metal, grunge, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Metallica, Ozzy, etc. So, and having that fourth voice with where we're not 100% familiar with his numbers other than looking at them real quickly, I think it'll just add to the conversation because I know everything that you have to say about this, Zeus. I know everything you have to say about this, Sonny. It's still all horrible, but that's why I'm glad people can see it live on Facebook tonight. And then we got Jay in here to add some fun to it. So yeah, it'll be good.
Hey, one thing to jump on what you said, Tom, is the good thing about having Jay on. He's not like our fucking text group with the closed-minded assholes, which include that immediately say anything grunge. Oh, that sucks. Meh. Oh, that sucks. So Jay's got an open mind when it comes to grunge. That's why we wanted him in here too.
Really? Have you seen these rankings? Because he thinks grunge sucks too.
No, that's not true at all.
Not true.
All right.
Data was different.
All right, Sonny, anything you want to say first?
Besides, Jay doesn't like OU812 or Load because that's his entire bottom 20.
Yeah, I mean, both those albums when they came out, they were great. I just don't think they've held up very well.
That's fair. That's a fair analysis. I mean, people regard, a lot of people look at OU812 as maybe the weakest of the Sammy era. I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate, but and obviously Load was a departure for Metallica. So I'm not going to, and that's one of the reasons why I picked Load for our personal pick. So for those who are watching and who might not know the format of the bonus episode thing. So it's me, Zeus, and Sonny, and we do a rotation where we pick a group pick, like a big album, like Appetite for Destruction, Pyromania, Blizzard of Oz. And then we rotate taking turns on personal picks. Sonny picked OU812 on one of his rounds. I picked Metallica Load on one of mine. Zeus picked Soundgarden, Superunknown, etc. So I purposely picked Metallica Load because I know it's kind of a detour from what people think of when they hear Metallica, and the album is very polarizing amongst rock fans and especially Metallica fans. I could have picked Puppets or Justice or whatever, but I wanted to pick something that maybe Zeus and Sonny may have some interest in, and also it is polarizing. So I'm not surprised by anybody's rankings that it's low, especially when you throw it in with these other albums that are like epic albums. So that doesn't surprise me.
Tom, before we move on, I don't want to get too far behind. You want to jump in on the comments after I think it was Crash's comment. Start from underneath.
Yep. So our buddy Tony Smith. Hey fellas, Chuck Hoskins, evening guys. Shout it out Loudcast, my favorite podcast. Woo, Chuck. All right. Anthony Barone, what's up, fuckos? Bill Sharp wants to know if this is where he gets the spicy movies. Oh, Bill, this is a spicy movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Brad Rustoven, what's up, gentlemen? Matt Rustoven. Oh, he's talking about how Loverboy was his kid's first concert. Okay.
His first concert. He said this kid.
Oh, this kid. Oh, okay. I was like, okay, I can't read. I don't have my glasses on. Then Chuck Hoskins says, how is Outlaw Torn not in the top 5? That's a great song. I had it high, Chuck. I didn't have it top 5, but I had it very high. Let's see. Coochie Man says, can you play my song? I don't know what that is, but maybe somebody out there does. Coochie Man?
Is it Hoochie Coochie Man?
I don't know. And then Chuck Hoskins, that after he tells us that Shout It Out Loudcast is his favorite podcast, he goes, I'm sorry, guys, grunge sucks. Okay, good enough. Jay, you were gonna jump in after I talked about Load for a little bit.
Yeah, I remember when this song or the album came out. It was right after I was out of high school, maybe like a year or two after, and it was great. It was very well received with myself and all my friends. Ain't My Bitch, Hero of the Day, all great songs. King Nothing. And as over time, like I said in the beginning, it just doesn't hold up well. It doesn't grab me like it did when I was younger. Maybe it's not supposed to. Maybe it is supposed to grab, the younger people. But, listening to Ain't My Bitch at 45 years old, like, what's next? Click what's next, And there's some good songs on it. But just when I think of all these albums that we're talking about, it's out of these 10, it's probably my least favorite.
Yeah, and like I said, that's fair because it's mixed in with some classic, just epic, iconic albums. Mm-hmm. And you're right. The thing about Load is that, sometimes when a band tries to chase a trend or try to fit into that time frame, we talk about that with Kiss all the time. Sometimes those albums don't hold up very well because they were made at a period of time based on what was going on in that period of time rather than just the band putting out a kick-ass album. So yeah, I see that.
I had that problem today. So I've been trying to keep up on the Kiss album. So that way I can just kind of rank as I go. Right. And so you guys did those initial 10. So I got the rankings from those 10 for the Kiss albums and I start ranking Monster. And I'm like, the best song on here is going to end up at like number 65. It's too bad.
Yep.
But it's got no shot at the top 50.
Right. Yeah.
No, yeah. I think the first 10, because we're starting, I don't think anybody picks something that's horrible yet. And so it's hard. So you'll see for me, Load so low or Super Unknown. Well, I'm like, all right, well, let's get to 20. Once we do 20 albums, let's see where those rank. Are they going to still be the bottom? Or are they going to be now all of a sudden filtering into the middle? It's still early, so that's why I think some of them go. And it's funny you were talking about Ain't My Bitch. In preparing for this, all weekend I had bonus albums on shuffle. All weekend blasting it.
Yep.
Yes, I was driving with my kid in the car blasting and Ain't My Bitch came on. I'm fucking rocking. Thank God she's got her headphones on. But I'm like, God damn, this song actually rocks. Which leads me to, before we get into the tracks, is there a song or something here that's changed for you since we did these albums and then you kind of got back into them after we ranked them and then you prepare for this episode so you maybe listen to them all again. They're like, shit, I'm hoping that this song comes on in shuffle, or I'm leaning towards this song or this group. Is anything changed since we did these bonus albums for anybody? Anybody want to start?
I was doing this whole Van Halen thing last week on my Twitter feed, and I was listening to a lot of Van Halen. I was listening to OU812, and I used to love this song when I was younger, and it's been a long time since I had listened to it. And that's "Sucker in a Three-Piece."
Yes,
OU812, which sounded just as good as it did when I was younger. Maybe it didn't change for me, but maybe I was reintroduced to it because I kind of had forgotten about that song. It's a fantastic song.
Yeah, well, it's funny. Other than the albums that I wasn't 100% familiar with, like the Bon Jovi debut. Yeah, Zeus, hold on. I'm going to read the comments here before I comment. So first of all, Tony Musalam says, I think Coochie Man's song is "Queef in the Night" from Crazy Nights.
That's a good tune. Wasn't that the beef side of like Bang Bang You, Queef in the Night?
And then Tony Musalam says, Zeus, that crooked stack behind you is driving me nuts. How is your OCD nut kicked in? Straighten that shit up.
You like my $2 between my Jericho guy in the middle there? Oh man. I'm leaving that alone. I'm leaving it alone.
All right. So what I was going to say, so kind of what Jay was saying and answering your question, Zeus. So I was not familiar with the Bon Jovi album really at all, except for Runaway. And I think I had heard Roulette maybe once or twice, like way back, whatever. And I knew about half of Peace of Mind. The other half I didn't. And the reason is, we've said this before, so I'll say it again on the live stream. I've never been a huge Bon Jovi fan. I've never been a huge Iron Maiden fan. For me, those bands, I'm like a hits guy. I like the hit. I would probably get like a greatest hits collection from those guys. But in terms of albums that I was familiar with revisiting, I really found myself enjoying OU812 more than I remember. That was an album that stood out for me. That, it's not an album that I would purposely go to a lot when I'm seeking out Van Halen. But when we did that, we decide about a month in advance what we're going to pick for the next episode. And when we picked that, I was, kind of bury yourself in the album. And I found myself really, I mean, maybe the rankings, they don't show it again because it's competing against some other iconic albums. But that was an album that I found myself surprised about how much I enjoyed.
Sonny.
I hadn't heard Superunknown in a while. I told you guys I hadn't heard Jar of Flies in a while. I'm enjoying No Excuses. I didn't ever listen to it before, but I do enjoy it now. And then Stupid Me, because of some of the rankings I saw, I said, all right, maybe I'm not being fair to it. So I go back and listen to Revelations again, and it was what I thought it was.
Not good?
That's right.
Oh my God!
Hold on.
Revelations.
Yeah, which one are you talking? Revelation, Mother Earth from Ozzy?
No.
You're talking Revelations, Iron Maiden.
How do you make that statement?
We're gonna
destroy you later. We're
gonna get to that, Jay. We're gonna get to that, Jay.
All right. So what I wanted to add is, I'm looking at all these, right? The two ones. There are two albums here that I was not familiar with, that I didn't have, that I ended up purchasing. That was Peace of Mind and Load. When those songs come up from those albums, I find myself looking for those songs because I wasn't familiar with them. I love those albums now. I'm a fan of them. Both of those albums, all the tracks on it. And it's because I don't know them as well as the other ones. That's where I ranked them when I had, 20 days to kind of review that album. I wasn't familiar with it. But now I hope that comes on before something from Pyromania, because I know those songs inside out. Yep. And there's a little fatigue with them. So I would say that Peace of Mind and Load, I'm leaning towards. I will even add a couple things I wanted to add. I heard Apolitical Blues the other day, and I said to myself, all right, I know we destroyed this, but this song is not worse than half. There's no way. It is actually like just a bad attempt at a blues throwaway track to do a cover song at the end.
Yep.
Van Halen is known for doing cover songs. All right. It's not as bad as we fucking described it. It's bad, but it's
that's
not.
What I had half last. I did not have Apolitical Blues last.
Half is still. I still don't even know what it is. I don't know if it's like fucking Afghanistan music in the middle. Yeah. Like what? Well, and then who was it there? Cornell was like, well, since you wrote it, why don't you sing the song? What? The fuck? Yeah. It shouldn't even been a song. I don't know what the fuck that is.
No, it's like a song that they would play during the credits of like a Borat movie. It's
Oh my god!
I think they put it on there so they could shut Ben up forever.
Yes.
So the next album, when Ben says, "You shut up, half."
Yep.
Shut up.
Exactly.
But the one other thing I want to add to all this, 10 artists, we haven't picked the duplicate yet. More than any of these artists, all I've done more than any of these is go down Alice in Chains fucking rabbit hole nonstop, renewed my love for Alice in Chains, watching videos, watching documentaries, listening to songs that I haven't listened to in years. More than any of these, I'm fucking so into Alice in Chains that of all these artists here, that's the band that's, I wish we, that I would love to have probably hit as a second album soon, because I just can't get enough. They're the ones that have attracted me the most to listen to more of their catalog.
Couple comments before, and then we'll keep going. Matt Rustoven says Roulette is a great deep cut off of Bon Jovi. Chuck Hoskin says Revelations is better live than on Peace of Mind. I wouldn't know. Matt Rustoven then says first album he bought with his own money was Peace of Mind. Crash Crafton says if I never hear another Def Leppard song, it'll be too soon. Uh-oh. And then our friend Tony Smith comes in with the worst take so far. Apolitical Blues is better than Jar of Flies album.
Wow.
No.
I don't even believe
when
that.
someone makes a statement like that, they're basically telling me they don't wipe after going number 2 and they don't get their teeth.
Oh, don't bring up shit with Tony Smith.
Yeah, no, don't bring exactly. Don't.
Here comes the fucking shit fetish fucking emails and comments. Come on, Tony, bring them on, buddy.
Well, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, right?
Oh my goodness.
And then Daniel Peoples, thank the Lord of Darkness that Jay is here to carry the Maiden flag after the rest of the guys buried it. Well, no, Sonny loves Iron Maiden. It's one of his favorite bands.
You not hear me say that. It's a piece of mind.
I have a feeling Sonny and I are going to throw down.
You might.
All right. So why don't we start with the last 20 songs and start with what we ranked as the worst song of these 105 songs? So what came in last place?
Apolitical Blues. Clean sweep. 104, 103, 104, 104, 105. There was no doubt.
Yeah, I just listening to it again, I'm like, there's no way half is better than that.
Blame Jay. Jay's the one that lifted half up from being not last.
You moved it up one. If you notice to the right, it says it's up one in the middle of those black columns. Yeah, Jay moved it up. Maybe he's going under the Sonny analysis of, well, half is half the song. So Apolitical Blues is longer, so therefore it sucks more.
Jay, I was telling these guys, I'm pissed because they wasted my time, and half only wasted half of the time.
Well, Superunknown's a long album, so you consider half as one thing you don't have to listen to. You just kind of go over it. You listen to it, and then you never have to hear it again.
All right, coming in at 104 is Half, the aforementioned Borat theme song, and then coming afterwards at 103. Anyway,
go ahead. Why are you laughing?
Fucking dinosaur Dungeons and Dragons and Caveman song from Peace of Mind, Quest for Fire. Oh my goodness.
Honestly, I'm not a huge Iron Maiden fan. I know that song is bad, but I mean, Sonny, Jay, you guys are Iron Maiden fans. I mean, you guys, yeah, you guys.
Iron Maiden fan. How he disrespected Revelations in the beginning of this conversation.
Hold on, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to Revelations. We're gonna get to that.
This is Sonny's pick, Jay. He picked Peace of Mind.
I'm a Maiden fan. This is one of the worst Maiden songs there are.
It is. It's
just
bad
because it is. Maiden has. And I think I told you guys this before. Maiden's one of my top 10 bands. I don't have a single Desert Island album from Maiden because every album's got something that I'm just like, really, dude? So.
Yep. No, it's true. There are bands like you said, there are bands like that, and they just nothing in their catalog is Desert Island, because even though the album's fantastic, there's always one or two songs, because like we always talk about Desert Island, it's got to be perfection top to bottom, and peace of mind sure as shit ain't that. But
yeah, the thing about this is it's not the music, it's the lyrics. When it starts off, dun, 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 and that's in a time we're done.
Oh,
it's just, come on, dude.
Well, Zeus, Murph jumped in. Now Murph has a question for you. What's worse, Quest for Fire or Shandy?
Oh, Shandy is.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh, yes, it is. It's not even close. I would rather listen to Quest for Fire all day than Shandy.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely. Not even a question. After that, we're going into load mode. And the first of
load mode.
Yep. We'll give you a lot of these guys. Give you a lot of this. 102, The House Jack Built, followed by Poor Twisted Me at 101. Comments?
The House That Jack Built is the worst song, probably one of the worst songs on the album. Poor Twisted Me, again, and we say this all the time whenever we do these 10 album reviews. We did it with Kiss, we'll do it here. I think Poor Twisted Me is an awesome song because I like Load. But again, when you throw it in this list of songs with these albums, it's got no shot. It's just not going to, it's not that bad of a song. House That Jack Built to me is a bad song. Poor Twisted Me, I enjoy that song, but it's got no shot against these other songs. Jay, what are your thoughts on these? Because I know you're not a Load guy. You're a Metallica guy, but you're not a Load guy.
Shit.
He's a Load guy. He takes Load.
Shit.
No, like I said, they just don't hold up very well. This album to me, was part of my early 20s, late teens, and now I don't remember the last time I listened to Load. I love the song, a couple songs, and we'll talk about those. But I was like, probably the last time I listened to it was, 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Yep.
It's just not. It just doesn't grab me anymore. Give
it another shot. Spend some time with it. It's a long album. There's 14 songs. Like we always say about certain albums, maybe there's a few songs that don't belong there, but
yeah.
I think Load and Reload. I'm a Metallica fan. I wave the flag for those two albums because I think they get very unfairly bludgeoned because people compare them to their classic, and you can't. That's not fair. That's not fair.
You can't do that. But at the same time, like I mentioned before, I've heard "Ain't My Bitch." Yeah. I'm talking about listening to it as a whole album.
Mm-hmm.
It does have some decent songs and there's some good songs. There's one that I really like that we'll get to later on, but. Yeah, if you want to talk about albums with Metallica, like newer albums, I love the Hardwired album.
Oh yeah,
and when I even compare that to Load, the Hardwired album is just fantastic.
It is absolutely. Yep.
I will tell you, I don't think either of those two songs are that bad. They're not very good,
right?
But they're not like, oh, what the fuck is this?
Yep. No, you're right.
They're not that bad. So following that, we get to song 100, and that is Superunknown's Head Down. I will tell you right now, before we get to the comments on it, I like the song. I actually like it even more now. I think it's part of the mood. I think it's I love the vocals. I think it's just another type of that era from us, Tom, 94, 93 college. I think it's just one of those, listen to it like Jar of Flies. It puts me in the mood when I listen to it. I like the song. And I like Cornell's delivery.
Yeah, this song, see, it's not a great song, but it's I'll use the word tolerable, whereas Half is just not like I would not go out of my way to choose to hear Head Down. But if I'm going for a run or something and it comes up on shuffle, I may give it a little bit of time before I was like, okay, this is not good, and then I'll skip it. But I'll give it some time. It's not great. I'm not going to try to convince anybody that it is.
Sonny, any comments on those two Load tracks and the two Loads that you got, and then the Head Down song?
Yeah, I don't think Poor Twisted Me is that bad.
Yeah.
It's okay. I had it ranked at 87. Similar to what we were talking about. Kiss comes out with a song tomorrow, is it really going to crack the top 50? Like, it's
Right.
going to be tough, right?
Right.
So when you're talking about some of these classic albums, it's probably not that bad. Head Down and Half, if those were the first two Soundgarden songs I ever heard, there's no way I listened to Soundgarden ever again. Those two songs are brutal. I'm sorry.
No, they're rough.
They're looking a little rough. So after Head Down, we're gonna move up to Load again. No, it's Blizzard of Oz D. I mean, is anybody really gonna shit on it? It's just a quick little, instrumental, right? Anybody want to have a comment on D?
Yeah, it's just here for that reason. It's a 40-second acoustic instrumental. I don't think anybody's going to say it's terrible, but it's not a song.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
and it's just further proof that it was a fucking band album, not Ozzy's solo album, because I don't think he'd put his guitar guy in a band that plays for him to let him have a little quick solo.
That's a great point. That's an excellent point. Yeah. Blizzard of Oz was actually the band name.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, before this was released, and probably through the guidance of Sharon.
That's not true. You fucking take that fucking back, you shit. Anyways, on that quick happy note, then we move and we go to Load's Mama Said. Now, to me, that's a bad song, and they actually did a fucking awful video for it as well. I can't stand it. That comes in at 98 out of 105. Load, Mama Said. So, want to talk about anybody's mom's Load there? Go ahead. Who's up?
So you're more passionate about your dislike for this song because you're a country guy at heart, and I think you were I think you were like offended by the video combined with the song.
It's just terrible.
Okay.
Just terrible
so what I'll say, and we say this about a lot of Kiss stuff. I like the song. It's not a badly written song. It's just not a Metallica song. It's not a Metallica song. I say this all the time when we do Kiss album reviews. This is not what I want to hear when I put on Metallica. But
you know why it's not a Metallica song? Because most of the time I listen to a Metallica song, I like them.
Okay, that's fine. I don't think it's a bad song. I just think it's a bad Metallica song. But if this came on shuffle, I would listen to it, probably the entire song. Jay, what do you think? I mean, I know it's not really a Metallica song, but
yeah, I mean, it kind of the same comment. I mean, the Load album, for me, I mean, obviously we talked, in basic, I think every song on the Load album is in my bottom 50, right?
Wow. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. And you know who's not happy about that? He's not happy about that at all. He's got some problems with you people. So
the guitarist from Styx? Who's that?
I got a Tommy Shaw pop figure.
No, Tommy Shaw. It's the other guy there.
Oh no, this is like Justice era Hetfield.
Who's that guy? Sonny will know. Who's the
Black? That's like Black.
You're talking about JY.
I was more impressed because I thought it was a Leif Garrett doll.
I have one of those too. I have. That's a blow up doll though. With that one.
Well, yeah, in the mouth, it's got the hole.
Oh, here we go.
Sonny, any comments you want to make on Mama Said before we move on?
It's tolerable. Like if it came on and I couldn't get to the skip fast enough, I'd live.
It's not.
I can't see how you guys don't think that's worse than Poor Twist and Me or House Jack Built.
But here's the thing about Load. It's just when at the end of the day, it's not interesting, right? For me, it just doesn't have that. Like, when you listen to all the other Metallica albums, there's stuff going on that was different. It was interesting. It was wow. Like, what is this? And I like the Black Album. I love the Black Album. That was part of my high school years. But when it gets to Load and Reload, it just doesn't. There's really nothing innovative or going on with the record.
Yeah, they were going through a phase. They were trying to do something different.
I think they used their sperm to put in the color of the painting on the cover.
I think it was actually cow. I think it was blood and cow semen. I think.
Bovine.
Yeah. So Zeus, real quick, let's catch up with some comments. Let's see. Brad Rustoven says Load and Reload were the obvious next steps after the Black Album. It was the trajectory they were heading. Tony Smith says exactly, Tom. I don't know what he's saying exactly about, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Daniel People says, I remember being surprised by the southern feel of Load and Reload in spots, plus the complete change vocally from Justice Black to Load Reload was hard to take. Tony Smith said, I'm exactly right, when Metallica became followers. Yeah, well, a lot of those. We say that about Kiss too, with Carnival of Souls and stuff.
Apparently, I lost my mind at some point, Tony said.
When you said Shandy is worse than Quest for Fire, I think.
Oh, no way. That's a fucking... There you go, poll. No
way. There goes the weekly poll.
Yeah, no way. No way at all. All right, so let's move on. Guys, we're going to go now to another, brutal song off of Peace of Mind, To Tame a Land, at number 97.
Yeah. It's kind of just kind of a mess. A little. I mean, this when we did this album review, I said I'm a hits guy for Iron Maiden. So the diehards out there may be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But this is a very prog album for Iron Maiden. I don't know if they're all their album.
There's always an element of prog in Maiden, though.
Yeah, I see, and I wasn't aware of that until I heard this. I don't mind it. I mean, I love Rush. Rush is one of my all-time favorite bands, so I don't mind prog. But it surprised me, and this song was a little proggy, and I'm just like, eh.
This is what happens with Maiden. Again, this is why they don't have a Desert Island album for me, is they come up with a topic, and then they just kind of force it a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it works or not, they just kind of shove it in there. Like Flight of Icarus seems like it was natural. It came out great. The Trooper comes out great. But somebody had an idea of this Dune thing, and it's like, okay, we're going to do it no matter what. And it just doesn't come off great, and I don't love the proggy side of Maiden. So that's one of the reasons that Maiden's a top 10 band for me, partially because of Eddie and their live experience and a lot of the songs. It's not the prog piece of Maiden that I like.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on. We go to the next song, and that is Kickstand, which is a real short song on Superunknown. I like it. It's a nice little quick jam. It reminds me of Lucan from Pearl Jam. But go ahead, guys.
Yeah, I don't mind Kickstand. It's like you said, that's a good analogy to compare it to Lucan. It's just a quick little grunge, like punk kind of blowout tune. But again, when you compare it to everything else here, it is where it is. But it's okay.
Yeah. Anybody? We good?
Yeah. To me, it's okay, but it's kind of more. It seems like more of an afterthought.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
So, OU812, number 95, Source of Infection. This was
read the rankings.
Song ranked by Sonny. Of all 105 songs, Sonny has this as the least. His least favorite song and the worst song on all these tracks. That is horrible.
Yes, it is.
The song's not very good, but it's not 105, Sonny.
Yeah,
it is.
I agree with Sonny. It's just it's a terrible song.
Okay, but you have it. It's obviously not 105 on your chart.
103. So
sorry, it's 103. He must love it. He must be his favorite.
Basically, I didn't notice that. Oh God. So you have it as 103.
I don't understand. The only thing I can say about this, because I got to defend this, because I had this at like 42. It's the same thing with Sucker in a 3-piece.
Yeah.
No. Hold on. I am a Roth guy when it comes to Van Halen. Okay. OU812. If you're a Sammy Hagar guy, which I know Sonny is. If you're a Sammy guy, you love OU812. You love everything about it. And the two songs that stick out as non-Sammy songs that are Roth-like are Source of Infection and Sucker in a 3, especially Sucker in a 3-piece. But Source of Infection too. Yes, there are problems with Source of Infection. There are. But to have it ranked the way Sonny and Jay have it ranked is insane, because the song has it at least it has some kick-ass qualities to it. So I don't know. I don't get it.
I thought this song would have been way better if it was an instrumental.
Okay. All right. That's
there's really not a body of lyrics in this song, right?
No, there isn't. It's Sammy just shouting little catchphrases.
Right. Make it an instrumental at that point.
Which is why I think if Roth did it, he could have pulled it off with his like biddy bat boo ba, like like.
That's pretty impressive, Tom. I find you more attractive right now because you just did that.
Oh, all right. Matt Rustoven said "Source of Infection" might be the best song on OU 812.
Oh, who said that?
Matt Rustoven, and he said if it isn't, then it's Black and Blue. Well, we'll get to that.
Black and Blue is basically best of both worlds.
Exactly. It's a good point.
Which is all basically Colgin, but that's just right.
Oh, good Lord.
Anyways, let's go. You have some more comments up there, Tom.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Look. Shouted out Loudcast commented and said Shandy sucks. Thanks, Zeus.
Sorry. But there's some defenders of that. I mean,
well, so Daniel People says Shandy is twice as bad as any bad Maiden song. Tony Smith says Revelation Mother Earth sucks.
Yep.
Tony Masalam says you're nuts.
That's all kinds of stupid, Tony. Sorry. But go ahead.
Then Daniel People says, I'm not sure what Iron Maiden Sonny does like if he doesn't like kind of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The same thing. Like Sonny goes, I don't really like the prog Maiden. I'm like,
not all Maiden is prog to me. Not all Maiden is.
No, because when I think of Maiden, I think of like the Trooper and Number of the Beast, and that. Like I don't think of.
Listen to the chord progressions and all that. Listen to the time changes and stuff.
No, I know you're right. That's true. You're true. Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't. I'm not a musician, so I don't get to that. I'm talking about the feel of it. It doesn't feel like Rush to me all the time, right? There's the dual guitar solos, the two guitars playing off each other, the driving bass beat, or the bass guitar in itself, Dickinson's voice, right? It's got it like I'm not Alexander the Great, no thanks. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, no thanks.
Oh my God.
Too goddamn long.
Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner is
too
one of the
long
best songs of all time. Alexander the Great is a phenomenal song.
Too
My
long.
God. You know what? You use ragu when you make spaghetti, don't you?
That's right. Because I'm a fat guy and I want to eat right now.
You eat ragu.
I don't need my own French bread either. I just go buy the 99-cent one.
Chef Boyardee is gourmet food.
That's right.
Yeah, who makes a statement like Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner? Are you kidding me right now?
But Jay, I will say this. Sonny also hates Rush.
Yes.
So like there are songs on Rush albums. Like we're not going to get into Rush here, but there are songs. But I like what you're talking about, Jay. The time change, the different time signatures and stuff. I like that proggy stuff. I don't like it in Iron Maiden. I don't know if that makes any sense. I just don't.
How do you call yourself a Maiden fan and say they're in your top 10 when you don't like Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner is like one of their epic songs. It's like it's so fantastic.
So
okay, hold on. We got comments here. Daniel People says Sonny is out. Get him off the show.
Sacrilegious, he says.
And then Corey Thomas says Alexander the Great is awesome.
Yes, Corey.
Chuck Hoskin says Iron Maiden is best at live songs. And then commenting on the ragu, Tony Smith says Pandemic Paul Pasta.
Yes.
And then Daniel Peoples is cheering you on. He's saying, go get him, Jay.
All right. So what is Daniel talking about? He's all upset about on Sonny. Which comment of his?
All of it?
Yeah, I'm just curious.
So I think the Maiden stuff.
Let me help you with this. Maiden fans absolutely hate it that rock guys only like the Trooper and Flight of Icarus and Wasted Years and blah 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 because Alexander the Great and Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, Revelations are musical masterpieces that should be put in the Hall of Fame. Blah blah. Who gives a fuck?
You're the one that called yourself a top 10 fan. If you're a top
I am a top 10 fan. I just don't like those songs.
I mean, you don't appreciate any of those songs. I mean, that's
Kiss is my favorite album. Kiss is my favorite band. I hate Peter Chris's solo, Gene's solo, The Elder, Carnival. There's all kinds of stuff.
But you can't compare Peter Chris's crap solo album to Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
I'd rather listen to Hooked on Rock and Roll than Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
Both you fucking idiots need to shut up about my boy Peter. But anyways.
Sonny, you're right, though, because Rush fans are the exact same thing. If you're a diehard Rush fan and you're like, You talk to them like, oh yeah, my favorite song is Limelight. My favorite song, Subdivisions.
Yeah.
Okay, but do you like the Necromancer?
That's right.
Do you like 2112? No, I don't like those songs. Well, then you're not a Rush. It's the same thing, and I don't fault people either way, but I get it. I get that, if you like Rush, how can you not like songs off Caress of Steel and only like Moving Pictures? But you can, and that's okay, I guess.
And I deal with it with Di'Anno fans too, because I don't like Paul Di'Anno.
Oh,
it's like, oh my God, you don't like any of those songs? I love them on Live After Death. I just don't like them on the first two albums because I don't like Paul's voice.
How often have you listened to the Paul Di'Anno stuff?
I've listened to it enough to know I don't like it.
Murders in the Rue Morgue?
I love the song when Bruce does it.
Oh.
All right, keep going, Zeus.
Yeah, he's kind of telling you he likes the Kiss songs when Tommy Thayer plays Ace Frehley.
That's right. I want Tommy Thayer to do Torpedo Girl.
Yeah, Cheetah Chris. All right. Where that bloodbath left a source of infection. Let's move 94. Ronnie. I actually like that song. It's not bad. Anybody?
Yeah, that's not a good song.
Okay.
I mean, but that being said, it's a Metallica song, and I love Metallica, so I won't turn it off. But it's not a song I'll seek out. I think this is a song I'm not going to really argue too much with where it is.
Yeah, okay. I don't mind it. I listened to it a couple of times since we did the Load episode, and I don't mind it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. I like it too. I think it's a pretty good song. Number 93, Tom's favorite, Fresh Tendrils. I remember Tom took a beating for liking the song. I will be honest with you, Tommy. I've opened up to it more now.
I love it.
Opened up to it more. It's a little fucking, I don't know. It gets me to, now I'm having a brain lapse here. What do you do? Audio Slave, right?
Audio Slave.
That's what it sounds like. It reminds me of a lot more of that.
Yep.
But I've gotten into it. I think it's not a bad song.
Yeah. I like it a lot. It's different. It's got a little bit of that jangly guitar. The drums sound really cool. Yeah, it should not be down here. But when you get people that don't like grunge, that's fine. That's what we're here for. It ends up where it is.
Well, don't waste your hate. That's number 92. Another Load song. Metallica, number 92, Wasting My Hate. Anybody?
Jay killed that one. Jay, you must explain yourself because that's not that bad.
I've already talked about this album, Sonny. You and I are not on speaking terms right now. Yeah, I mean, I think I pretty much beat a dead horse with Load. I mean, it's just, nothing really connects with me except for a few tunes.
Okay. 91, the first song from Jar of Flies, Swing on This. I think it was kind of a throwaway song. I don't like it that much. I don't even really like it. It's okay. It's on Jar of Flies, so it is what it is.
Yeah, this is, I'm not going to argue too much with this. It's not great, but it's Alice in Chains. I'll listen to it, but I'm not going to fight about this one.
Okay, so let's move on. Superunknown again. 90, Mailman.
Oh,
look at those rankings. They're almost exact.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
You don't like the thought of going around shooting up people as a mailman?
I like the sludgy songs on Superunknown. This is one of them. This one might be a little too slow and sludgy. This is like you really are pulling back on the gears on this one, but I like it. But it's the
theme is dark too.
Oh, brutal. Yeah, it's not about Newman, so.
Well, Newman's makes his presence known on our podcast quite a few times. Okay. I think the song that really pisses off a lot of people from that are Iron Maiden fans, that this song is number 89, Where Eagles Dare. Oh,
yeah, this is all you guys.
It's all
I like Jay just blaming us right out of the gate. I'm having a hard time seeing the rankings. Zeus, do you mind reading them?
So Tom's at 92, Zeus is at 80, I'm at 70, Jay's at 64. So Jay and I were almost right there, but you guys got it in your bottom. Well, We all have it in our bottom third, I guess.
The problem I had with this song was that it's not that bad of a song. It just went on for too long. Like it needed to kind of wrap itself up a little bit. It's not a terrible song. But
rankings. Zeus, do you mind reading them? So Tom's at 92, Zeus is at 80, I'm at 70.
What the heck? We got a ghost in here?
I don't know.
Somebody turn.
Well, we all have it.
Is somebody got their
I didn't touch anything.
Me neither. I haven't touched a thing.
the ghost of Sonny Pooni jumped on?
Well, it is Halloween. It is Halloween season.
All right. So,
I think it's Sharon. They're not talking about Ozzy enough.
motherfuckers. So the next track is after Where Eagles Dare is Let Me Drown. The two opening tracks back to back, number 88 from Superunknown.
Read the rankings, Sonny.
Zeus and Jay were in 93 and 95. That's all you need to know right there.
Zeus, this was your album, buddy.
Yeah, it's one of the weaker songs on the album.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You picked 10 very good albums.
I know that, and I keep saying the same thing. I know.
So if you take 2 or 3 songs off every album that you don't really like, they're going to end up in the 80s, 90s, 100s. I mean, that's where it goes. So
let's read a couple comments here. Chuck Hoskins, Paul killed it on Phantom of the Opera. Not Paul Stanley on Phantom of the Opera. Paul Diano on Phantom of the Opera for Iron Maiden. I think he's talking about. Dorothy Banning Dalton says, "Hey Jay."
Hey Dorothy.
Corey Thomas says, Billy says. All right. See, this is the problem. We don't keep up with the comments because it's hard. Billy is upset about some song being way too low. Brad is mad at us for having Where Eagles Dare at 89.
Told ya.
He says, you guys must not have seen them live last year when they played it. It was killer. No, I have never seen Iron Maiden in concert. Tony Smith, talking about Soundgarden Superunknown. He says, I wish they stayed unknown. The fuck, Tony? Stop it. All right. Keep going.
All right.
Jay, I'm surprised that Kickstand and Fresh Tendrils is better than Let Me Drown on yours. Let Me Drown's not a bad song, is it?
I like pretty much all of Superunknown, and that's an interesting comment that you say, Sonny. These rankings are so done in real time.
I was asking Jay. I don't know why you're talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Jay knew I was asking him. I don't know why you didn't know that.
Thanks, Puyani. I don't know. Like sometimes, like Zeus said, there's these albums. Even I bag on Load. I wouldn't say it's a bad album, right? I wouldn't say OU812 is a bad album. I mean, I think there's just better albums in the category. And then when you select these good albums, it's really hard to rank. It's not easy. And I think sometimes some songs kind of fall victim to trying to compare that song with another song, and it does. I mean, Superunknown's a great album. I love Superunknown. I do. We talked about Sonny not, really grasping or engaging with the grunge era. I don't know if he just doesn't like flannels, but I looked at that era as I was always a big Soundgarden and Alice in Chains fan because to me they were more metal than grunge, right? I mean, I saw Alice in Chains open up for Anthrax.
Yep.
Pearl Jam, I've learned to appreciate as I've gotten older. Nirvana, I've never connected with Nirvana.
Boo!
I mean, I don't know how someone can make a career. Obviously, he's passed on, but someone who was, said by many to be this legendary songwriter who was always out of tune singing, always out of tune with his guitar. And I like STP. I do like STP too with Scott Weiland and all that.
Chuck Hoskins says, I would rather listen to Fran Drescher do a book on tape than listen to Superunknown. Oh, man. Come on.
I mean, honestly, like there's some people that think after 1992, there's no great music. Dr. Feelgood, I think, came out in, 90 or 91. And there was still kind of a wave of rock and roll. For those that don't like grunge, you're missing out on a great period of music. And yeah, it was difficult to have, connect with it after you have this glam era and all these bands. Excess was everything back in the 80s. And then but that was going to happen. Anytime you have one form of music go so far one way, something's got to pull it back. And there are songs from that period that have wonderful lyrics that connected with me as I was kind of going through my journey on life as an early 20-year-old and going out into the real world. So yeah, it did have an impact on me. And for anyone that says something like Superunknown, you'd rather listen to Fran Drescher on book, that's just being closed-minded. I'm sorry. I mean, you gotta. How do you not appreciate Chris Cornell's voice? And if you like Audio Slave, you're gonna like Soundgarden. Okay, how do you not like Pearl Jam? Pearl Jam writes some of the most prolific lyrics in rock and roll history. Alice in Chains is with Lane Staley and the song Wood or the song whatever. I mean, that band was just fantastic. Jerry Cantrell was a phenomenal guitar player. Mike McCready from Pearl Jam, phenomenal guitar player. So stop with the I can't listen to anything that doesn't have Hairspray in it, or from the 70s. Just listen to it, reconnect with it. I mean, if you haven't listened to it and you're still making comments like that, you're wrong.
Yes. Woo!
Yeah, everything you say, now turn yourself onto that and go listen to Nirvana again, and then stop bitching about those people because you're doing the same to them.
Yeah,
so
it smells like Team Spirit. It smells like shit.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
That song in and of itself made everybody that you mentioned come up with him. So they all owe him. So I will
save that. We'll say that for a grunge episode where none of these people will be watching that, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, we do never. Yeah. Oh God, they're fucking the greatest. Anyways, afterwards we did. I think we did. Did we get to Still Life 87?
Yep.
And then we got the last one, Bleeding Me 86 Load. I like Bleeding Me a lot. As you can tell from the rankings, me and Tom really liked Bleeding Me. And then the two knuckleheads gave it a 93 each and made it the top 20 worst songs. And Still Life, meh, except for Sonny was the one that made it actually not be one of the 10 worst songs with this 51. Jay even had it as a 92.
And both of those songs are okay. I don't hate either. They're not unlistenable to me. Real quick, and then we'll get more comments. Tony Mosalam says, I can answer this for Tony, but I'll let Jay answer it too because it's a question for Jay. Why are you saying AIC was a great band? They still are. Tony, I agree with you. I think William Duvall is absolutely spectacular. I've been telling Zeus to give those albums a chance with William Duvall. But I think a lot of people, when they talk about AIC, they talk about the Lane days. Jay, go ahead. The question was directed at you. I jumped in.
He's absolutely right. They're still a great band. Yeah. William Duvall does a great job. They do a fantastic job of Kashmir. And for me to compliment a band covering Led Zeppelin, because I hate all Zeppelin covers, very rarely that I do like one, their version of Kashmir was fantastic.
STP doing Dancing Days.
STP doing Dancing Days. Oh, on the Enconium. On the
Thought?
No, I don't like any of it.
Oh my God, I think it's fantastic. By the way, I did see. I was the only one who watched. The live stream. STP played Purple. $10. I hope a lot of other bands do that. Just played the whole. They have their new singer. I swear to God, I thought it was Scott Weiland back from the dead. Not only does he look like him,
sounds like him,
a little like him. He moves like him. It was like eerie. Did a fucking fantastic job on Purple. The album sounded amazing, and the two brothers, the Leo brothers, are fantastic. So I watched that stream live. I hope more artists do that during this COVID time. Take the time, like, you know what? We're going to go into the studio and we're going to play a classic album. You want to watch us play this whole album? We'll talk about it too. $10.
I'd do it. That'd be great.
You know,
Daniel,
I'm interested, you know, in something.
Go ahead, Jay.
You know, I promote a lot of new music on my show, and one of the things I hear a lot from classic rock fans is new music sucks. And I'm interested to know that, like, people that rag on grunge, are they the same people that are like new music sucks? You know what I mean? Like, is everything after 92 or 91 or 90, whatever you want to say, is everything crap to these people? You know, and that's disappointing, because I think rock, as you look through the history, has always moved the goalposts and has always moved things and been influenced by different things, whether it's the new wave of British heavy metal, which is glam period, whatever it is, the moody blues period of the 70s. And then we have grunge, which is probably closely more aligned to that moody blues period, because, you know, the moodiness of the songs and the lyrics and whatnot. So again, if you haven't listened to Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, even Nirvana, you know, whatever, go back and check them out.
Nice. Wave the flag. I like it.
So, Sonny, any comments about the last two songs? Or anybody else want to make any comments after Sonny about the last 20 songs, the worst 20 songs?
No, so we were looking at it before. So when the three of us initially did this, Bleeding Me, Still Life, and Let Me Drown were not in the bottom 20. But with Jay's rankings, they ended up in the bottom 20, and obviously 3 pulled out of there. I mean, Still Life, I like Still Life. I like the story of Still Life. That's part of it. Mm-hmm. So that's why I enjoy the song. But and Bleeding Me is all right. I don't know. I never see it.
I like that song.
Yeah. Couple comments. Daniel People says Great White does Zeppelin pretty good. They have an entire Zeppelin cover album.
Yeah. They do.
Okay. Brad says he saw a William Duvall-led Alice in Chains open for Guns N' Roses at Ford Field. They killed it. Yeah, I've heard them live. I've never seen them live, but I've heard seen him on YouTube. He's great. Excuse me. Mark Weiss said, I love new music and I don't like grunge. Some grunge is okay, just not my sound. Our buddy Chris Vickery says, not a grunge fan, but I do like some new rock. So maybe there isn't a correlation, but I see your point, Jay.
Yeah. And
all right.
I know Chris does a lot of posting on my Twitter feed, so
nice.
Yeah, he does this. He knows.
Right. Let's move to the best 20 ranked songs.
Here we go.
We'll start with number 20. Sonny, tell me when you're ready, buddy.
It's there.
All right. So number 20, All or Nothing from Slide It In. Tom had it ranked the least at number 48. Jay at 31. I had it 21, 17 for Sonny. I think it's a great song.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I mean, I had it ranked low, but it's one of my favorite songs off of Slide It In. So it just, you know, we've been saying it when you compare it with the other albums. I think All or Nothing I think it's a great song.
Yeah, it was already in our top 20. It just dropped right to the bottom of the top 20, but it's still in the top third of what Jay ranked. So.
Yeah. Jay needs to get some glasses because I can see him squinting.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's one freaking Iron Maiden song in the top 20. What the fuck's the matter with you guys?
You should have taken a look at the list before tonight. I sent it to you earlier. You just picked up on that now? But that's all right.
There was a second one, but you bounced it out.
Yeah, you fuck.
So it bounce out.
Sun and Steel.
Sun and Steel was in the top 20, and then you fucked it. It's a great tune. And he's
Sun and Steel's awesome song.
I couldn't believe when I heard that. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, he ranked it 35, so it dropped it from 4 spots and knocked it out of the top 20.
Okay. Revelations. Where's Revelations? God damn it.
We're gonna get to that. Yeah, don't worry.
No, we're not, because it didn't make.
Yeah, but we'll get to our.
You know what, Sonny? Fuck you.
We'll get to it. Now, having the first of 3 songs in the top 20, Jar of Flies, I Stay Away. Tom had it at 4. I had it 17. Fucking Sonny.
God damn.
84.
If I would have known it was going to be in the top 20, I would have put it at 94.
Jay had it number 5.
Thank God for Jay. He brought it up 10 spots with the number 5 ranking.
Wow.
Love it. Yep.
That is the top 20. Thanks, Jay. Anybody else want to make a comment, or are we just going to leave it at Sonny's an asshole?
Sonny has the taste of a person without a tongue.
Slip of the tongue. All right, let's go.
Sonny has the taste of the fucking guy that used to sing for Warrant that died. What's his name?
Sonny has the taste.
Sonny has
the taste of a guy. Sonny has the taste of a guy that licks up the floors of a glory hole.
Oh, Jay!
Wow.
I wasn't going to be that mean, but I just said he was the guy that died. That's all.
I'm just using my words.
Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first song of 5 songs that are in the top 20. Pyromania.
Yeah.
Too Late for Love comes in at 18. I had it at 41. Tom 14, Sonny 22, Jay at 29. Ooh.
We got our first comment here saying way too much Pyromania in the top 20.
I agree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's probably because of me, because I that was my number 1 album. I think I carry the water for Pyromania on here.
Yeah. Just a bit, but that's all good. It's all good. Following that is way too high. Stage Fright at 17. Tom had it 13. Sonny had it at 18. Jay had it at 10. I had it at 63.
Zeus, you fucked this up. This could have been top 10 if it wasn't for you.
That is way too. It's like one of the weaker tracks on that album.
This is coming from the guy that had Action Not Words ranked number 1 off Pyromania.
No, I didn't. I had Coming on Fire.
Let's not forget he thinks highly of the Peter Criss solo album.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Dude, Stage Fright is one of the most underrated tracks on Pyromania. It's a fantastic song.
Stage Fright is great.
It's overrated. I liked it better when they called it Rock Till You Drop.
You gotta have it. Think highly of for it to be overrated. It's underrated, way under.
Okay, we got some good.
Too late for love. I had a conversation with Sonny on this when I was on the Grown Up Rock. The question was, and people who are commenting, Too Late for Love, is that a power ballad? And my answer was no.
No.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not a power ballad.
That's mid-tempo, right? With some soaring vocals, basically. Yeah.
Couple Pyromania comments. So Tony Mosalam jumps in and says Pyromania deserves 5 songs in the top 20. Brad then says Rock Till You Drop is better than Too Late for Love, Stage Fright, and Coming Under Fire.
You lost me at 10.
I'm not going to argue with that. I mean, I love them all. So Chris Vickery says it depends on when you graduated from high school. Def Leppard was big in the early 80s. I don't know. Def Leppard was huge in the,
his area was gigantic.
His area came out, that carried them through the rest of the decade. Tony Smith says Stage Fright rocks. Scott Wheeler says Too Late for Love is too low. Underrated song on one of the greatest rock records. Daniel People says overrated by who? No one other than Def Leppard fans know what it is. I'm assuming he's talking about Stage Fright.
Yeah. By this tracking that it's in the top 20. That's what I'm saying. It's
okay.
Overrated.
Okay.
All right. So let's move on. So now we're going to get to the only song from Superunknown to make it in the top 20. Number 16, Fell on Black Days. Love this song. Love it. Tom killed this song. Killed it. 66. What? I had it at 10. Sonny had it at 23. Jay had it at 4.
Yeah, I love Superunknown. It's Mount Rushmore grunge album for me. This is just not I'm not a huge fan of this song. It's good. It's a good song. I'm not going to tell you that it's a bad song. It's just not. I say this all the time about certain bands. Like, it's not really what I want to hear from Soundgarden. I love Cornell's vocals, like especially when he's kind of screaming at the end because he always does that. But it's a good song. I'm not going to say it's a bad song, but I mean, Jay has it 4th. No way. It's not even the 4th best song on Superunknown.
I like the moodiness of it. I like the tempo of it. I think it's a great song.
Okay.
It was actually the song that kind of opened the door for me and Soundgarden.
Okay. No, that's like I said, it's a good song. It definitely is a good song.
The vocals are off the charts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jesus Christ Pose did that for me. That's what opened up Soundgarden for me.
See, that's what I want to hear from Soundgarden for the most part. Yeah.
But you talk about that you like these slow songs, these grungy kind of songs.
Yeah, but this isn't though. This is a slow song, but it's not like Suicide. It's not 4th of July. It's not Mailman. It's not Limo Wreck. This is
Thank God.
It has like
it's better.
No, okay. That's I said it's a good
but it's
song.
Slow to mid-tempo song based.
It's a moody. It's
all around his vocals. His fucking range is insane on that song.
Right? Yeah, it is. Yep. Agreed.
And you fucked it, but that's all right. Appetite for
That's what I
Destruction
do.
comes in at number 15. This is the first of 4 tracks. And of all the tracks that are on here, I mean, I can't believe these are the 4 that made it. But Mr. Brownstone, 32 for Tom, 61 for me. Sonny at number 6 and 3 for Jay. What the fuck are you guys smoking?
Oh my
Thank
God!
you, Jay, for taking it to the top 20, baby. That's
what do you smoke? It's a freaking great track. Mr. Brownstone is, probably, in my opinion, the best song on the album.
See, I'm not going to argue with that. I know I had Mr. Brownstone 32. It's a song off of Appetite. I'm not going to argue with that. It's a great song. I don't having it number 3 is a little high. Having it number 6 is a little high, but it's a great song. I'm not going to try to convince you that it's not.
It's a good song. It's not a fucking great song.
I think it's a great song. I mean, I had it 32, but that's just because of everything else that was going on in there. But I think
the other 2 fucking do smack, so that's why they have it so high.
Right.
You don't drink enough and you don't do enough drugs. That's what the problem is.
Yeah, it's not called a problem. That's called fucking having a brain. All right.
Hold on.
Anybody else?
Hold on. Daniel People says Superunknown is the biggest fatigue album for me out of these 10. It was my high school music. No matter how much I like it, I couldn't get away from it. Okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's a
see,
great
I
album.
think it matters where you were at, what you were listening to, and what music spoke to you, probably between the ages of like 15 and 20, somewhere in that neighborhood, right?
Agreed.
For me, that's 85 to 89.
Yep.
Right? So that's why I love the music that I love. And I think it just kind of depends on whatever's speaking you at the time. By the time grunge was coming, those guys weren't talking to me anymore, right? I was the people who already spoke to me were already in my library, and I didn't need any of these new guys. That's what it was. So
Tony Smith says that old Zeus, he's a real motherfucker. Gonna kick him on down the line. We've been dancing with Mr. Zeus.
Wonderful.
That's actually not as good as I Was Made for Loving You, Zeus.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's our.
I love that.
That's our friend.
Number 14, Rock of Ages.
Yeah.
All right. We had a big thing about Rock of Ages before Jay came on, is that this was the most even song probably throughout that we ranked pretty decent. I had it at 18, Tom at 16, Sonny at 20. Along comes Jay, and he all of a sudden he puts it at 48. But altogether, Rock of Ages comes in at 14.
Yeah, this is the equivalent of like photobombing a song ranking. Jay just comes in and just. But the thing is with Rock of Ages, we all have it ranked high. But I mean, I don't think anybody's going to argue if somebody's like fatigue factor. I don't need to hear it again. Maybe that's why Jay had it low. Jay, you had it 48.
Yeah, it's the fatigue factor.
Yeah.
And I think there's so many better songs on Pyromania than Rock of Ages.
Okay.
Number 13, the only track from OU812, Finish What You Started. Came in 13. Tom had it at 43. I had it at 15. Sonny 13. Jay 29. Van Halen only song to make in the top 20.
Yeah, this should be other songs in the top 20 than this, but it's a good song. It's a good song.
What other song from OU812 should be in the top 20?
Oh, I could probably name like personally, or what do I think? I think Black and Blue is better than Finish What You Started.
Was it in there? Black and Blue, was it in there before Jay came along?
Well, let's see.
I don't know.
Let's see. Black and Blue went up to, so no.
Oh,
Black
no,
and
so
Blue
we
was number
even had
26 anyway.
Yeah, there was nothing in the top. Yeah.
It's When It's Love should be in the top 20, but you guys are idiots.
You guys killed it.
Yeah, Finish What You Started. It's a cool song. It's a fun song, but I say this all the time about all these bands. It's not what I want to hear from Van Halen. The finger picking stuff, I like it, but I don't want to. That's not really what I prefer to hear out of Van Halen. It's a good song. I'm not going to tell you that it's not a good song. It's just not what I prefer. That's why I had it ranked so low.
Anything? This is your album.
Dude, this is one of the best songs on that album. When he does it, he released something called Light Roast a couple of years ago where he does it even more stripped down, and it's even better. And anytime they do it live, it comes off great. So it's just a great song.
Okay.
And that chick in that video. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
ooh. Yeah. It's a good video.
Ooh. All right. First of 3 songs in the top 20, and these are top 12. Let's go. Blizzard of Oz, Mr. Crowley. Tom has it at 44. I have it 13. Sonny 11. Jay 32. Mr. Crowley at 12.
Yeah, the solo carries it for me, but the rest of the song is just, it's a little too slow and whiny. I'm not going to deny that that the musicianship and Randy Rhoads, like we've talked about this before when we did the album review, it's probably the best solo on the album. You know, everybody talks about the solo on Crazy Train, but it's a little too slow, and there could be some fatigue. I mean, sometimes if the song is great enough, it can lift it up from the fatigue, but for me, this just isn't that.
Anyone? No? Okay.
Let Jay talk, because I'm surprised how far apart he has I Don't Know, Crazy Train, and Mr. Crowley. Like, there's a big gap there.
Yeah, I always liked Diary of a Madman more than Blizzard of Oz. Yep. And I like Mr. Crowley. And again, you know, there's so many great songs from these 10 albums. It's hard to really, you know, because you're putting one song in, then one song gets left out, and you're trying to make, you know, sense of where all these songs go. And unfortunately, something like, you know, Mr. Crowley kind of falls when you combine all these 10 albums.
Yep.
It's not that I'm saying it's a bad song. I think sometimes when people see these polls, if something's not in a top 10 or a top 20, top 5, they're like, well, what about this song? What about that song? And it doesn't mean that I don't like it, right? It doesn't mean that that I think it's bad. It's just, I think there's better songs from these, you know, on these albums than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just think the guitar and the mood that brings you, that eerie, just along with when this came out, where you were when you listened to it. I just think the spookiness and that old satanic shit. Oh, it was awesome. Another song that I think is way too high comes in at a number 11. Appetite for Destruction, My Michelle. Tom has it at 6. I have it at 55. Sonny at 29. Jay at number 9.
I love the story of this song.
Yeah,
you know, I love it. Gives you that feel of, you know, the destitute lives on Hollywood Boulevard. You know, I mean, you know, it really kind of paints the picture of that era. I think probably better than any song on the album.
Is it better than Fallen Angel by Poison?
Yes.
Yes.
Everything by Guns N' Roses is better than anything by Poison. You could print that, Sonny.
I mean, you don't like, you know, I Want Action, Tom? You look like an I Want Action.
I don't mind some Poison. I don't mind some Poison songs. Some of them are fun and cheesy, but it's not Guns N' Roses. The best part, My Michelle, I go back and forth between this and Rocket Queen is the two best songs on the album. The best part of My Michelle is the beginning. Yeah. That creepy little guitar solo, and then when the drums and Slash just rip into that intro with that opening chorus. It's the opening verse, excuse me. The chorus is okay, but the rest of the song is just heavy. I love it. Always love this song.
Number 10. We're in the top 10. Sticking with Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. The opening track, Welcome to the Jungle. Tom has it 7. I have it as number 2. Sonny at 50. Jay at 26.
And I'm getting shit for having Finished What You Started at 43.
What the fuck, Sonny?
Is it fatigue, Sonny, or is it just not a good song?
It's part fatigue, and it's not the best song on that album. There is much better songs on that album.
That's
sorry.
I think I have the big three songs for me. Welcome to the Jungle is probably my favorite out of the three, but I am fatigued about the record. And I do have like a love-hate relationship with Guns N' Roses. You know, and I love Appetite and I love the band, but then there's also a part of me that feels in '92 after the Use Your Illusion tour, they kind of walked away from their fans. Yep. And they kind of screwed over rock and roll. I think they were a band that would have continued playing and continued, you know, keeping rock and roll what it was in the 80s and the early 90s front and center, because they were a big name and they were really what was carrying rock and roll at that point. And they just, you know, I love Guns N' Roses, but there's always a sense of disappointment whenever I think about them, because they could have done so much more.
Mm-hmm. See, and it's a good point, because I have the same feeling with Van Halen and Bon Jovi. Yep. I think those three bands could have took it through the 90s, but Bon Jovi decided basically do something else, right? Van Halen was getting so inner turmoil that it was getting stupid by the time Balance comes, and GNR just basically turned their back. So those three could have been the biggest bands of the 90s if they would have kept going the way they were going.
Couple comments. Matt Rustoven says OU812 might be the weakest Van Halen album. A lot of people say that.
I wouldn't say that. But it's not too far from it.
Yeah,
Balances.
I like Balance. I love
Balances.
Man, Balance is okay. It's OU812 is better than Balance.
Ooh.
Finish What You Started. Daniel People says Finish What You Started. First Van Hagar song I heard. I still love it to this day. Tony Smith says Mr. Brownstone and My Michelle should swap spots. Tony Smith is mad at me. He says Poison rocks. I would never use that term to describe Poison.
What, rocks? Good?
No. Daniel Peoples, My Michelle is one of the best hard rock songs there is. The sinister feel of the music and verses with the uplifting part of Everyone Needs Love is fantastic. Yay, Sonny, good call on Juggle, says Tony. Matt says Appetite is great. Give some Poison deep cuts a listen, especially Sexual Thing off the greatest hits. No idea.
I think the military use Poison deep cuts to torture people.
Yeah. They should.
And a Sexual Thing, is Bret Michaels still singing, or just one?
Chuck Hoskin says unpopular opinion, Rat Out of the Cellar better than Appetite.
No.
We'll find out.
We will find out, potentially. Stay tuned, Chuck. Daniel Peoples then says, problem with Poison for me is they have no solid albums except for Native Tongue. I would have no idea. Sonny, you're the point.
That's a Cotton fan right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I agree with him.
Hey, one thing I want to add, though. You talked about Welcome to the Jungle. You're a big Blackhawks fan. Blackhawks, it's a tie game, 2 minutes to go, power play. The crowd is all watching. They're not fucking playing Poison, Unskinny Bop. They're playing Welcome to the Jungle, and that build up is coming, and everybody is fucking rocking. The glass is shaking. Everybody's waiting for that face off the drop as the center is going around, because you're all fucking pumped up. That's
the Blackhawks.
Does. Hold on. And then that's what Metallica's Enter Sandman done. Those two songs, more than anything, build up, and that's why Welcome to the Jungle sticks with me. There's nothing like it.
Zeus certainly paints a picture.
Blackhawks should be using Back in Black anyway. They're missing a
good point.
Opportunity.
Good point.
All right, let's move on. Number 9, the second of two songs in the top 10. Jar of Flies, Don't Follow. Tom at 18, me at 5, Sonny at 45, Jay at 13. Oh, the fucking vocals back and forth. Nothing's better than two good singers going back and forth, trading off lines. It's quintessential grunge. Fucking great topic. Beautiful song. Beautiful lyrics. It's just
Sonny has a cold heart and no soul. That's why he has this song
Yes.
so.
And he uses ragu with his spaghetti.
That's right.
Exactly. Sonny just doesn't like to get emotional when it comes to acoustic, power ballad type of songs here.
Ragu, Mrs. Dash, and sour cream. Yes.
Sour cream.
Is that what you're putting on something? What do you use sour cream and ragu with?
Cereal?
Oh, jeez, here we go.
Hey, Tom, how many a nights at the end of a 3-4 o'clock in the morning, sitting on the couches at Stonehill, did we have an Alice in Chains and Don't Follow Us playing late night?
It's a good song. It's a good song to pass out to at the end of the night.
I love this song.
On the couch, thinking about your drug or drinking problem. Yeah.
Perfect date rape song. Sounds like.
Oh,
All right,
whoa! Come on, this is a live broadcast, Sonny.
Date rape? What are you talking about?
Listen, Don't Follow. Why 45, Sonny? I mean, I'm curious.
I just don't have a connection.
Like good things.
The songs just drag.
Oh,
all the songs.
Honestly,
we talked about all the songs on Jar drags for me. All of it.
Okay.
I'm pumped that he has it that high.
Yeah.
Honestly, I almost expected him to have it lower. It's fucking great, unbelievable song. But anyways, coming in at number 8, Pyromania's Coming Under Fire. Tom, number 10. Me, number 4. Sonny, 28. Jay fucking destroyed it, moving it back to 37. So, Coming Under Fire, the second in the top 10 for Def Leppard.
Jay, explain yourself.
I just, I think Stage Fright, Too Late for Love. I think there's better songs on this album.
Sonny, he dropped it. He made it go out of the top 5.
Yep.
It dropped 5 points when we had.
I mean, I think it's a good song. I mean, it's 37. It's in my top 50.
Yep.
But I just think there's better tunes on Pyromania.
Okay. All right.
Number 7. Coming in, the highest track for Appetite for Destruction, Rocket Queen. Tom, 3. Me, 11. Sonny, 41. Jay, 22. It would have been the top 5 if Sonny had a brain.
Sabotage Sonny. That's his name. Sabotage Sonny.
Yeah. He's the guy that cuts the cable cords in the ocean so you can't have communication. That's what Sonny does.
Sonny, you like Appetite for Destruction. You like Guns N' Roses.
I actually like that song too.
41. Okay.
Yeah, there's because of like my love for Slide It In, especially. Yeah. And some of the songs OU812, it's tougher to get like infiltrate like the top 30 for me.
That's fair.
My love for those albums. So
okay, that's fair. This could have been this could have been 1, 2, or 3. I mean, I had it 3. It's the best song on the album for me.
All right, let's move. Coming in at number 6. Blizzard of Oz, Crazy Train. Tom had it 23. I had it 23. Sonny at 2. He has Fatigue with everything else except for Crazy Train. Jay has it at 25.
Yeah, that's where Randy Rhoads comes in for me. Like, there is very few songs in my life where I don't have fatigue factor if it's like everywhere. And for some reason, I never turn off this song when it comes on. It does not matter when it is. And I don't know what it is about that song, but it's one of the few that are that way.
All right. I mean, look, Fatigue for me. It's definitely Fatigue for me. I mean, yeah. Where did I have it? I had it at
23.
23. Yeah, that's still high. I mean, come on, 23. I mean, it's a great song. It's just, I think Fatigue took over for me.
Big time.
Yep.
Yeah. And so let's go. Top 5 songs. Number 5. Whitesnake's highest charting song for us, Slow and Easy. Tom, number 9. Me, number 8. Sonny, 33. Jay, 19.
See, this is crazy. This is your album.
Yeah, but you can't have everything at top. And it's weird because the folks that really, really love Slide It In most are going to take Slow and Easy and Love Ain't No Stranger, and it's going to be near the bottom part of that album. That there's other songs that are better because you listen to it all the time. You're in love with the entire album. Folks that are kind of 50-50 on that album, or maybe like it, but don't, it's not like a Desert Island album for them. They usually stick to Slide It In, Slow and Easy, Love Ain't No Stranger. That's usually where it lands. For me, there's better songs on there.
Yeah, I love the entire album.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of my all-time favorite. That's why I picked it. When I picked it, I had no idea that it was a Desert Island for Sonny.
Yeah.
Great album. Gambler, Spit It Out.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Yeah.
Give me more time. Like it's
Yeah. It's great.
And
It's
John
great.
Sykes' guitar playing on that album is fantastic.
Yeah.
But Zeus, what's the best part of the album? The drummer.
Cozy Powell.
Cozy. Yeah. He just
John Sykes, he was in Thin Lizzy and Tigers of Pantang prior to this, and then he went on to do Blue Murder. Just a fantastic, underrated guitar player.
Yeah.
Yeah, but John Sykes wasn't the guitar player originally on this album.
Well, there's two versions. There's
a couple different versions. It was actually Mick Moody started this, who been in the band for years, and then Mel Galley came in, was the lead guitar player.
That's on the UK version. Sykes plays on the US version.
Yeah, but then when Sykes came on, he jumped in and they kicked Mick Moody out, but Mel Galley and Sykes stayed on.
Okay.
And then they did a couple of videos. If you see that, my favorite is the Top of the Pops. They did Give Me More Time. Mm-hmm. You'll see Sykes and Galley doing the video. And then Galley left, and then Sykes was alone. Obviously, Whitesnake was always two guitar players. So although Sykes ended up doing all the guitar for Whitesnake, there's two parts. They've always had the do part, and Mel Galley was great. They've always had great guitar plays in Whitesnake. But the thing I wanted to add about Slow and Easy, generally speaking, when people got into Whitesnake and they heard about, and they went back and got into Slide It In, most of the people I know would always go, "Oh, fucking Slow and Easy." Love that track. Everybody loved that. So,
and for people watching or listening, if you don't know about the two different versions, the US version is just so unbelievably different than the UK version. I accidentally added the UK version to my Apple Music, and I remember playing it. Within like 3 seconds, I was like, "What the fuck? This is something's going on. This is wrong."
Sounds like a cover band doing it. It's like, what the hell?
I'm like, this is wrong.
This is rough.
Yeah, it's just a dramatic change. So,
but if you listen to some of the early Whitesnake stuff, like Saints and Sinner,
all that,
love those stuff.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
I love early Whitesnake. Fantastic stuff. Come and Get It. Maybe my favorite album by them.
Yep.
So let's continue.
Couple of comments real quick, just to catch up on some of the comments. Brad says Slow and Easy never gets old. Matt says Slow and Easy, top 10 song in the last 50 years. Okay.
That's a bold statement.
Wow. Daniel Peoples, Slide It In, Slip By Me for years. All I knew were the songs on a compilation. It doesn't resonate like the self-titled does with me. Then Matt Rustoven says, this is controversial. I can't wait to see what Sonny thinks on this one. Slide It In, better than 1987. And then Brad jumps in and says 1987, better than Slide It In.
I'm taking Slide It In.
Yeah. Say that again, Jay.
I'm taking Slide It In over.
Me too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Both Desert Island for me. Slide It In's better.
Yep.
I'm with Sonny. Good call.
Yeah, all four of us Slide It In. Okay.
Let's move on. The highest track and the only track in the top 20, thanks to Jay. Peace of Mind, The Trooper. Tom had it 35.
What the?
I had it at 9. Sonny, number 1. Jay at 12. And number 4, Peace of Mind, The Trooper.
It's a great song. I'm just not an Iron Maiden. I'm just not a huge Iron Maiden fan. And like Sonny said about Slide It In and OU812, it's tough to have songs, to use Sonny's term, he said infiltrate, to have other songs push their way through those other albums that you love. Like for me, Pyromania, Appetite, Jar of Flies, etc. It just wasn't going to make it. And it's a great song, but it's just not going to push itself through.
So you guys have mentioned about Desert Island albums.
Yeah.
Peace of Mind, Number of the Beast, and Power Slave are all Desert Island albums for me.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And the Trooper for me, I mean, I remember from early MTV and the videos, and it started that anytime I think of Iron Maiden, that horse galloping, that constant thing, and it stayed. And the lyrics are great. The vocals are insane. The guitar solos are insane. That guitar, that lick. Oh my God, it's fantastic. It's off the charts.
I remember watching MTV, and you're watching Headbangers Ball 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever it was. And like every time the video switched, I'm like, Troopers next. Damn.
Yeah.
And then it take me a minute to get over it. And then I read back, wait, Troopers next. No, damn. Fucking Crazy Nights. What is this bullshit? Put Trooper back on.
And the funny thing is, what I would say about this is, remember when we reviewed this, we talked about the video and we talked about the black and white footage they were showing. And I mentioned that the woman in the fucking movie was still fucking alive. Olivia de Havilland.
Yeah. And then you jinxed
died.
it. Yeah.
Like a week later.
You jinxed
She was like
it.
100 and something years old. I was like, holy shit. And she died.
Zeus, that's the definition of the kiss of death.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Iron Maiden connected with me because of the history in their songs. And
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I'm such a big fan of history and I read a lot about history is Iron Maiden.
Mhm.
You know, whether it's, Run of the Hills or The Trooper or, Alexander the Great or Passchendaele or all these songs in their catalog that reference history. I find it interesting. And it's what's kept me connected to them, for 30, 40 years.
Archaeology rock. I got you.
My big issue with Iron Maiden, I said this when we talked about Peace of Mind, is it's actually one of the big problems I have with a lot of those the British heavy metal. It's why I'm not a big Priest fan and why I'm not a big Maiden fan. It's the vocal stylings. I'm just not a huge fan. I respect the talent that Halford and Dickinson have. That's that operatic style is just not my favorite. I probably prefer Halford over Dickinson because Dickinson is really dramatic with it. But that's just my personal taste. For both of those bands, I'm a hits guy for both bands.
And Tom doesn't like Scorpions either because of the vocals, right?
Oh, Klaus is terrible.
Klaus is great. What are you talking about?
Musically, the guitars in the Scorpion. If the Scorpions released an instrumental album, I would buy it. I would buy it.
Tommy can't understand what Klaus is saying. He doesn't realize nobody understands what Klaus is saying. He's
no, it's his tone. It's the sound of his voice. I don't know. And it's weird. I said this before. I think I don't know what happened, but when I was in high school, I was obsessed with the Scorpions. I had best. I don't know. You know what happened? Maybe when I shaved my head, I took something off the top there.
Maybe,
I don't know.
Maybe. Use the wrong razor.
Maybe.
Tom, catch us up with some of the comments before we get to the top three.
I was just going to do that. Daniel says, I could always find early Whitesnake albums in the discount bins. Okay. Then our friend Daryl Albers jumped in. He said,
it's in the discount bin doesn't mean it's bad. You're getting yourself a gem.
That's true. And Daryl said, yeah, true. Almost their entire back catalog pre-1987 would be in there. Chris Vickery says, got to go with Tom on the Trooper. Let's see. Chuck Hoskins says Trooper should be number 1 on this list. Oh,
yes.
So apparently Chuck Hoskins is another Sonny Pooni burner account on Facebook.
Revelation number 1 on this list.
We'll get to that. Daniel Peebles, Power Slave, top 5 album all time. Let's see. Matt Rusto, Scorpions. Oh, Tony Smith just said Tom just fell off the chart. Sorry. Then Benjamin Grant Beach jumped on and is talking about a band called Revelation Rain. And he said they do a gallop like Iron Maiden does. Chuck Hoskins says the Zoo is the only good Scorpion song.
Insane. Such an unbelievable song. But that comment is wrong, though.
Oh, here we go. Unpopular opinion by Daryl Albert. He prefers Paul Di'Anno's vocals over Bruce. Ouch.
A lot of people still do.
Yeah. Scott Wheeler says, love the Trooper. Terrific video. Great to hear a mention of Passchendaele. Such an epic song. One of my favorites. If I've said that wrong, I don't know.
Passchendaele, Tom.
Thank you. Got it. Okay, cool. All right, Zeus, let's keep going. What do we got? Top three.
Top three. Here we go. Number 3. Oh, you guys fucking killed it. Should have been number 1. Jar of Flies, No Excuses. Tom, number 2. Me, number 1. Sonny, 30. Jay, 21.
I'm actually impressed Sonny had it at 30. That's actually not bad that's like the bar was pretty low for Sonny. So
I was thinking about moving it to 60 the other day.
I thought you said you were listening to it again, that you liked it.
I am. I'm enjoying it more.
All right.
Okay.
So, Jay, not a big fan?
No, it's 21. Yeah, I'm a big fan. But like I said before, there's so many great albums, so many great songs. It's hard, when you come down to the top 40, top 30, top 20. So I like it. Absolutely.
The harmonies off the charts. Where I was.
I got nothing bad to say about it.
Yeah.
You get 10 albums and you got to do this list, man. Like when you're crunching it down, to the top 20, top 30, it's like, man, I got to take this out, take that out. So it's not easy.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, well, let's move. Number 2. For me, I would never have guessed this would end up as number 2 when we did this list.
Me neither.
Out of nowhere, Blizzard of Oz. I don't know.
Yep.
Tom has it 22. I have it at 16. Sonny has it at 9. Jay has it at 2. The fuck does the math work out that this is number 2? Doesn't seem that high, but it's the second best ranked song. I don't know. Fucking guitar is insane.
Yep. Yeah. The lyrics are great.
And we all watched that. MTV has that video kind of like 5 songs of Ozzy, like Mr. Crowley, I don't know, Crazy Train. Ozzy's got the fucking, I don't know, what do you call those? The wing feathered shirts? What are those things like?
Like
the frills, like the frilly
shirts.
Yeah.
And just watching him and doing the solo, Randy Rhoads. So there's shit that he does in it. It's almost like he's working on the guitar, like fixing parts to it to make the solo he's touching the bottom, and then he goes up top and he's doing something with his. It's just, I've never seen a guitar player do shit like that. It's just insane. And it's just, it's Randy Rhoads. And I know this is now because of Eddie, passing away. He still is, to me, the best guitarist, my favorite guitarist, my favorite sounding guitarist. And, I can't say enough about Randy Rhoads.
Great guitar player. Yeah. There's so many interesting stories with the 3 guitar players from the Sunset Strip: Eddie, Randy, and George Lynch.
Yep.
When George originally got the guitar gig in Ozzy the first time, and then they discovered Randy Rhoads, and then George ended up getting all Randy's students at his music school. So there's just so much history intertwined with all 3 of them that you can't go wrong. I mean, you can't go wrong with Randy being your favorite, George being your favorite, or Eddie being your favorite.
It's funny how all 3 of them are kind of my 3 favorite.
Pretty much.
Yeah. They're YouTube. There's a YouTube clip out there of all 3 of them. And you can hear different styles from their early days, back to back to back. What all of them was just, they just made fun and great music. So
yeah, they did.
And I think there was a bunch of guitarists that were worried about sounding the same. So they were trying to figure out how to sound a little different, make different noises out of the guitar so they can be a little different. Like nobody really picks like Yngwie does. Nobody uses the whammy bar like Steve Vai does. Like it's more Zappa than it is probably anything else. So everybody wanted to be just a little bit different. George is probably the one that stayed the most true hard rock, gritty riff type of thing without too many frills. Some of these other guys really got a little frilly, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, no, it makes sense.
All 3 of them are tone chasers too.
Yeah,
and I think that kind of got lost as the guitar evolved. But when you look at all their influences, Eddie's biggest influence was the Dave Clark 5. George's biggest influence was Hendrix. and then Randy had a classical influence to him. So they all came from a different place. George is in my top 10, and so is Eddie, and Randy's not too far off.
Yeah, I would say as when it comes to Randy and George, probably, because I said this during our Blizzard review, I said probably my all-time favorite guitar tone is Randy on Blizzard of Oz. And I would probably say right behind that is George Lynch on Back for the Attack.
Oh yeah,
I may agree with you, buddy.
Those two guitar tones, like those are just it is the perfect mix of crunch, but there's precision with that distortion to give it what, like, it's not sloppy. And I love Ace and I love Slash. Those are probably my two favorite guitars. But those two tones are just spectacular. And but getting back to what Zeus originally said, having I Don't Know number 2, that's a surprise. I'm not going to argue with it. I'm not going to fight anybody on it, but I didn't think it would get that high.
I bumped it up.
Yeah. Couple comments before we talk about the number 1. Let's see. Matt Rustoven, I Don't Know might be the best solo Aussie song. Brad Rustoven says I Don't Know is perfectly rated. Tony says, the thing I like about these reviews is that I can never stay on one person's side for more than a song or two. I love these things. Daryl Albert says, I Don't Know is okay on the studio album, much better on Tribute.
Oh, yeah. The live version is incredible.
Then Matt says, Lynch is solid. Daniel People says, only if Over the Mountain and Diary of a Madman didn't exist. Okay. Daniel Peoples, George Lynch is a national treasure, better today than he's ever been. Oh, okay. I don't know.
I would actually agree with that.
Okay.
Now, Jay, you've interviewed him a couple times, right?
That's right.
Yeah. George is a thoughtful guy. He's a guy that, you could tell thinks about the question that you're asking him. He's got a great perspective on things. And the thing that I appreciate about George is how he's constantly trying to stretch himself. Everybody talks about all the projects he works on, but I mean, he's working with the lead singer from Living Colour, or Michael Sweet from Striper. And he's working with, all these other, he's doing something now with, he's doing another End Machine, which is Robert Mason, Jeff Pilson. He does all these things. And even the newer Lynch Mob stuff is awesome. Just fantastic.
Yep. Nice.
Right.
Cool.
Check out Gertie Shirley, an album that was released through Frontiers with him earlier this year with the Dino, I forget his
Jalusic.
Jalusic, yeah. I mean, that is absolutely fantastic record. Awesome record.
Okay. Cool. People should go back and look at the Hook Rocks, your back catalog, and you got some interviews there with George and maybe a few coming up too.
Yep.
That's great. All right. That leaves the number 1 song, right? And coming in at number 1, Photograph. Tom had it number 1. I had it 27.
Zeus.
Fatigue. It still is number 1. Sonny at 4, and Jay had it at 8.
It was the only song that 3 out of the 4 had it in their top 10. There is not another song like that.
Yep.
And there's no song that has all 4 of us, obviously.
That's great. I love that.
Yep.
My thoughts on Photograph, there is a fatigue factor with me, but it's still one of the best damn hooks ever written. Man, when you hear that song and it the hook comes, and with the chorus and right before it just sucks you in, and it does not let go. No matter how fatigued I am with this song, it still kicks ass.
That's what it is for me. That's why I had it number 1. I've loved this song since the first time I heard it when I was 10 years old. And fatigue factor applies to a lot of songs, a lot of songs on these lists, but kind of like maybe with Sonny, with Crazy Train, when the song is that good, it can supersede the fatigue factor. And for me, that's Photograph. And Jay, you said it right. Just the harmonies, the hooks, the melodies, the guitar solo, the verses, the chorus, it just never ends. It's just such an unbelievable song. I just don't get sick of it. I just don't get sick of it. There's very few songs that I don't skip. And this is one of them.
Yeah, I'm a little fatigued of it.
I got you. I hear you.
But I will tell you though, I did scan through, Sonny, just to double check. There's not one fucking song in here that all four of us had in the top 20.
Nope.
Not one of us.
Nope.
And one song.
Maybe like one of us didn't have it in the top 20?
No. There's not one song that all of us had it in the top 20.
And I think real quick, there's other than this song, other than Photograph, looking at it real quick, I think there's only one other song where three of us had it in the top 20.
Yeah.
And that's I Stay Away. I had it at 4, you had it at 17, Jay had it at 5. Everything else was like just
I don't know. Three of us had it in top 20.
Yes. Oh, yep, you're right. Sorry about that. Yep.
And the Trooper too.
Yeah, see, I can't see. Yeah, I'm blind.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so Photograph came in at number 1. You want to read some comments?
Let's see. Daryl says, by most accounts, Randy Rhoads wanted to veer off into non-metal hard rock areas, including classical. He may have faded totally away from the genre.
A lot of people speculate about that. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that.
Daniel People says yes to Dirty Shirley. Let's see. Matt says, I agree. Photograph is overplayed, but it still sounds great today. And then Brad says, I would not have put Photograph at number 1, but I always turn it up when it comes on. Can't deny it. Plus, it's fantastic live. Daniel People said, I just realized Foolin' isn't in the top 20 and 99% of Pyromania is. What's going on?
That was Jay's fault because
Jay put it at 73,
which dropped at 11 spots.
That was top 20. That was number 14 before Jay arrived.
That's
Are
right.
you kidding me? Are you serious? That's a horrible song.
What?
Come on, man. Come on. Just say Foolin'.
Wow.
All right, so here's what I want to do, guys.
Go ahead.
Before we move on to songs, I'd like to go through. I have the list in front of me. Easier if I read it. I'm going to read off songs from each of you guys that you had in the top 20 that wasn't in our top 20.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with Tom. Tom, you had at number 20, Ain't My Bitch. Steal Away at 19. Like Suicide at 17.
Why?
Out to Get Me at 15. Sucker in a 3-piece.
Best song on the album.
It is the best song on the album.
At 12.
Yeah, Steve J. There's somebody else who exists to agree with me.
All right, let me finish. The Outlaw Torn at 11.
Best song on the album.
8, you had Love Ain't No Stranger.
Best song on the album.
And Fooling at 5.
I had Fooling that high?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you went high when
Jay, So
Okay.
anybody else want to make comments? I like that you had Outlaw Torn that high at 11.
That's just personal preference.
Sucker in a 3-piece is awful. Ain't My Bitch, of all those songs, I'm surprised. That's my second favorite song on that album.
Yeah, look, like Jay said earlier when we started, the title of the song is stupid. The chorus is stupid, but the song, musically, the song just absolutely rips.
All right.
In all these great songs, you have Steal Away the Night in the top 20.
Yep.
You know why? Because I love I love the guitar
Sonny?
tone. I love the guitar tone on that song.
Sonny, that's what bothers you, not his Sucker in a 3-piece.
Sucker in a 3-piece is beyond stupid. I can't say it any better than that.
All right, wait for
better.
Ragu.
All right, here comes my top 20 that didn't make it. You guys can laugh all you want. What made it for me? Well, in number 20 for me, I had Die Hard the Hunter. That didn't make it.
That's a great song.
It's a good song.
I had Like Suicide, as Tommy did.
Great song.
I had this is where you guys give me shit. 14 was Action, Not Words.
No, that's insane.
Tommy, this is what I was talking about.
Okay. Well, let me explain something to you. When I figured out that the chorus they keep shouting out was Shock Me,
Yeah.
for me, it fucking opened up the song to me. I'm like, because they love Kiss. That's what it is. Shock me. Every time they say it, it made me love the song. And plus, he's talking about filming a porn with this chick. Come on. That's
so what?
cool.
The song's not good.
I like it.
Okay.
All right. Number 12, I had Runaway.
Okay.
I Fell on Black Days didn't make it to the top 20.
It did.
No, it did.
Yeah, it did.
I did.
Oh yeah, yep, it did. I'm sorry. I had this is where I'm going to get kicked in the nuts. I had Revelation Mother Earth, the best guitar part on all this, except for maybe the next song's solo. These two solos are my two probably favorite solos back to back. 7, Revelation Mother Earth, and 6, Sweet Child of Mine. I love those solos. I can't say enough. And then I had number 3. I had Give Me More Time. Fucking love that tune.
Oh, great song.
That's a good song, but that's a little high for it. But
yeah. All right. Anybody else want to kick me in the nuts now?
no. We'll save
Sonny?
we're gonna save our nut. We're gonna save our nut kicking for Jay.
Okay.
This is what I was texting. So you're 16, 15, 14. I don't know. Just finish what you started and give me action, not words. See how that plays?
Oh God.
Oh, that's right. You did text me that.
Clever.
Sonny,
All right.
Sonny does amateur hour at the comedy club down the street.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it.
Hey Zeus, it's funny guy night.
Oh, funny guy.
Funny guy night.
Oh, funny guy night. All right, let's go number 20. Let's go from Sonny's 20, okay?
Okay.
Sonny has Think About You as 19 for him.
It's a good song.
Yeah, I like it.
It's a little high.
It should be one of the weaker songs on there, although they're all great.
Yep.
He had I know this will get Tommy going. 16, he had Spoon Man.
Horrible. That could have been 105. This song is so
Okay,
bad.
just to give you perspective, Spoon Man came in at 65 for us, for the group. Sonny had it at 16, Jay had it 36, Tom had it 96, I had it 91.
Terrible.
15, he had Sun and Steel until Jay kicked it down the line.
Great song.
14, he had It's So Easy. 12, he had Roulette.
Great song.
It is a good song.
Hey, was Roulette in the top 20 before Jay came along?
Let's see. Roulette was 22.
Okay.
And
Okay,
it dropped to 32.
Thanks, Jay.
Oh, jeez. Yikes.
At number 10, Sonny had Night Train. All right, I can see that. Number 8, he had Flight of Icarus.
Terrible.
Okay, Flight of Icarus was 27 for us. I had it at 46. Sonny had it at 8. Jay had it at 6.
What?
Tommy had it at 89.
Terrible.
89?
89.
89? What the fuck
Terrible.
is wrong with you? Oh my God.
Iron Maiden's not good. That's the problem.
Oh, wow.
Ragu with Sonny.
No, I'm Italian. We don't allow that at my house.
Yeah, well, you probably speak it because any ranking with Flight of Icarus, 90 what? 98? 80 or 89?
It doesn't matter. It was low.
Yeah. Then let's get to Sonny. Hold on. Slide It In was number 7.
I thought that would be higher. I honestly thought that song would be
It
way
was,
higher.
It was 21, I think. at
Okay.
one point.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 21 on our list.
Okay.
Mr. Brownstone's in there. Standing in the Shadow.
Great song.
Great song.
Yeah.
It's a good
At
song.
number 5 for Sonny.
Yep.
At number 3,
Terrible song.
When It's Love.
It's
That's a
not,
good
dude.
tune.
It's a great tune.
Seriously.
When It's Love is
Like a
a
home
very good tune.
song.
Yes, Jay, I agree with you. Yes.
Yeah.
Jay killed it at 54, I think.
Thanks.
Really, I mean, Tom did it at 85. All right, let's move over to Jay.
Oh,
Jay's top 20.
oh boy.
20, Die With Your Boots On. Oh,
Great song.
It's a good song.
It is. It's not that good.
No. It's not. No, it's not top 20. But
It's
I
all
don't.
right.
I
It's
don't
okay.
mind. I don't mind the song.
If you're gonna die, die with your boots on. If you're gonna die, Come
When
on.
we say
Wow.
someone should sing on this fucking show, because if we're gonna do that, this is gonna fucking go downhill. Real fast. All right. He also had "It's So Easy." He had I almost as bad as Revelations. He had 17. Goodbye to Romance.
I love that song.
Yikes. Jay, I no.
Wait, Jay, you need to hear what Sonny says about Ozzy doing ballads. Go ahead.
What? I'd rather have my nuts in a vice. Which one? Which one? I'd rather get shot in the head. I'd rather listen to "Kiss the Girl Goodbye" on loop.
Oh,
what do you want to hear?
see? Come on.
Kiss the
You know
girl.
what? I don't even think Sonny likes rock music.
I say that all the time.
No, if you like "Goodbye to Romance," you don't like rock music.
He's listening to One Direction, and he's listening to K-pop or K-pop.
One Direction. Yikes.
He's got all their vinyl.
Let's continue. 16, he has Bon Jovi's Breakout. Good
Good
tune.
song. It's a good song.
15, he had Sucker in a 3-piece.
Thank you,
Great.
Jay. Thank
Great
you,
fucking
Jay.
tune.
Yes.
Wow. At 14, one of my favorite tracks on Slide It In, Spit It Out.
Love it. Love it.
Yep.
Great
Good
tune.
Yep.
Then he has The Day I Try to Live at number 11. I think Sonny killed that song.
It deserved a death.
Oh, come on. Great tune.
It's a good song.
And then, he also had Slide It In at number 7 along with Sonny. He also had Flight of Icarus at number 6 along with Sonny at 8. And he had we already talked about Fell in Bed. And then he had his number 1 song.
Oh my God.
His number 1 song was Revelations by Iron Maiden.
Yes. Oh, it's a beautiful song.
There are 105 songs here from albums such as Appetite for Destruction, Pyromania, etc. Then that is your number 1 pick.
Absolutely.
That is
Absolutely.
How much, before you go on, Sonny, how much did it move up because of Jay's ranking?
Oh God.
Not enough, thank God. It moved up.
You still have to scroll that far down because it was so low.
26 spots to number 63.
Wow.
The rankings went 84 for Tom, 79 for Zeus, 69 for me, and number 1 for Jay. I thought it was a misprint.
I thought he picked Revelations Mother Earth. Like, he must love the solo like I do.
No, Revelations. When's the last time you yo-yos have listened to Revelations?
Jay, I will say that
times.
Jay, I will say this: the song is not bad. I did enjoy it, but when you look at these, just to have it number 1, but that's personal preference. That's why you're here. That's why you're here.
Yeah. So
that's my favorite Maiden song of all time, by the way.
Okay. The floor is yours. Is that where is number 1? It's your favorite Maiden song?
Yeah.
Do you have a sentimental feeling when that comes on? Like, that's my favorite song by my favorite band or something like that?
I've seen Maiden live in concert. I mean, we used to play Maiden all the time at house parties in high school. I just love the arrangement. I love the guitar playing. I love the lyrics. It just, to me, it's the perfect Maiden song.
Okay.
Well, there you go. So you want to read the comments, Tom?
Yeah, let's see. Tony Smith says Flight of Icarus is great. Like I said, Sonny is a pro. He knows his stuff. ... most of the time. Let's see. Brad Rustoven, first 4 songs on Peace of Mind are fantastic. Daryl says, I bet Tom loves Bruce's Pavarotti-esque vocals on Flight of Icarus. Daryl, that's exactly why the song was ranked so low. Daniel says, this is why I was so happy to see Jay was on this just for the Maiden rebuttals. Brad says, right on, Jay, Die With Your Boots On kicks ass.
Yes, it does. Yes, it fucking does.
Then Tony says, Sonny, let's compare our K-Tel vinyl collection.
Anytime.
Matt says Sucker is a great song. Yes, it is. Daryl says, agree on Revelations, has a dirge-like Sabbath riff in it. Scott Wheeler says Revelations is not top 20, let alone number 1, and I love Maiden. Ooh, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
Scott bringing the heat. All right. So
All
those are
right,
the
guys.
songs.
Those were the songs. Now, we did take those song rankings. Okay. We had our album rankings. Let's move over to that chart. And basically what we do, we have the regular, hey, where do you rank these 10 albums? We did that. Then we also have the second part, which is, well, look, we rank these songs. So why don't we take the average ranking of all the Def Leppard songs, the average ranking of all the Appetite for Destruction songs, and then that's a different one. So, is it as good as all the sum as big as good as the parts? There's two different ways of ranking these. We did that with Kiss. We're doing it now with the bonus episodes. Okay. So if we were to rank these albums, the number 10th album, not by songs, just by, this is our favorite album. The number 10 combined was Load. Number 9 was OU812. Number 8 was Bon Jovi. Number 7 was Superunknown. Number 6 was Peace of Mind. Number 5, Slide It In. Number 4, Jar of Flies. Number 3, Blizzard of Oz. Number 2, Appetite for Destruction. Number 1, Pyromania. Now, if we were to take the average of the songs for these albums, like where do all the songs from Loads equal out to? The average coming in at number 10, the average songs on Load were 70.
Yikes. That's bad.
Coming in at number 9 with the 64.5, the average song, Superunknown. Remember now, this is over 105 songs.
Yep.
The average song ranking for OU812 at number 8, 59.2.
How does OU812 beat Superunknown?
Tell me about it.
Superunknown has the problem with Superunknown has more songs, and it has a couple of ones that drag it way down.
Yeah, Superunknown has too many like horribly ranked songs. I think Van Halen OU812 has 1 or 2.
Yep.
Some bottom ones, but
Yep.
they don't have the halves and the head downs and stuff.
Right.
So I believe I left off OU812. OU812 is number 8 at 59.2. Coming in at number 7 at 59.1 was Peace of Mind.
I can't believe 59 point. I cannot believe that.
That's where the average song is 59.1 versus 59.2. Peace of Mind comes in at number 7. So if you go by the song ranking, Peace of Mind dropped to number 7 when it was number 6.
Yep.
Superunknown dropped from 7 to number 9.
Yep.
OU812 actually went up 1, and Load stayed at number 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Coming in at 56.4, the 6th best ranked album, Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi actually moved up 2 spots by ranking. Because, like I said to you guys, and we've said this before, I don't think there's a bad song on there. There's no head downs, apolitical blues.
Right.
There's
Sucker
nothing like
repeats.
that on there.
Love Lies?
Except
Yeah, Love Lies is not great.
Love Lies is all right.
Nah.
Of course.
what did you say, Sonny? I missed what you said.
I said like Sucker in a 3-piece.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. All right. So there's a big separation from the bottom 5 and the top 5. So Bon Jovi ends the 6 at 56.4. The next one at number 5 is 44.9. That's Jar of Flies. So that's number 5. Coming in at 44.6. So they're both 44. Blizzard of Oz is number 4. 44.6. Jar of Flies was 44.9. Slightly under it, coming in number 3, the average song ranking on this album, 43.4. It Slide It In. Then this one is a little bit better than the rest. Coming in number 2, Appetite for Destruction, 40.8. And then finally, by far the best ranked, Pyromania. The average song was 34.1.
So there's not too much change. I mean, there's a little bit of change when you look at we talk about this when we do the Kiss stuff too.
Some of its parts. Slide it in, and if you go to the top 5, Blizzard of Oz drops to 4 from number 3. Slide it in from 5 moves to 3, and Jar of Flies from 4 goes to 5.
Yeah, because some of these albums have songs that are so good it can lift them up, and then some of these albums have songs that are so bad it can bring them down when you pull them apart. It's like we talk about that sports analogy. You look at stats, like we always say, like, oh, who's the best wide receiver? Oh, it's this guy. Yeah, but this guy's stats are better. Yeah, but that guy, I just like that guy better. I mean, it's just, Pyromania and Appetite for Destruction, it doesn't surprise me if they're 1 and 2, whether you break it down statistically or just I like that album. But you see some of these other albums, they have songs that weigh them down and then other ones that are kind of lift them up.
Yeah. And then if you want to, just for fun, we ranked how each of us ranked our favorite album. Tommy had the most ridiculously fucking ranked album, Pyromania. The average song on Pyromania was a 23 for Tom.
Yep.
Jay had the least most popular album. Jay had Load. The average song for Jay was 83.4.
Damn. Wow. That's rough.
That means he has like 7 loads in his bottom.
Jay really did not like the loads in the bottom. So
and then I did the same thing to Bon Jovi.
Yeah, which I'd like to show you how bad you fuckers are. Sonny had Jar Flies, then at 35. 36 was Sonny's Superunknown. 37 was Sonny's Load. 38 was Tom's Peace of Mind. 39 was Bon Jovi from Tom. And then 40 was Jay's Load. My least favorite wasn't until Load at 34. So,
and then look at how funny, like, look, and it's funny, like we talk about when you look at stats, you love Superunknown, but half and Head Down and Kickstand, look at, they drag it all the way down.
Yep. Jay, your number 1 ranked album by songs was Jar of Flies, but that was the 9th best ranked album. You're pretty tough on your stuff, Jay, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's I love the record. I mean, didn't I rank it like number 4? Or no, I had it.
No. What I'm saying is the number 1 ranked album by you was Jar of Flies.
Based on the song?
39.5. But I'm saying compared to all of us, that was number 9th best ranked album. Okay. So I'm saying when you rate your songs, you're pretty tough on some of these stuff. You're not sitting there saying, well, every song on this album is going to get a fucking, top 20,
If it was a Poison album, yes.
Oh, God.
Or a Lover Boy.
I love that you're kidding. So that's it for albums. Let's wrap this up with covers. Okay. So let's go to the album covers. Now, album covers, the combined ranking coming in at number 10 was Piss, Blood, and Cum, or whatever the fuck it is, on Load.
Yep.
That was number 10. Number 9 was the Mugshot OU812. We didn't find them to be too handsome, I guess. Number 8 was Bon Jovi in his wicked tight jeans and Bon Jovi. 7's Blurry, I don't know what the fuck it is, Superunknown, number 7. 6 was literally a Jar of Flies. 5 was the iconic Pyromania. 4 was Snakes and Titties.
Oh, yeah.
Slide it in.
Sonny's favorite.
Sounds like a value meal at Burger King.
Yeah. I'll have the Snakes and Titties, please. Supersized.
Tony Smith just said that. I'll take the number 4.
Number 3, Appetite for Destruction. Number 2, Blizzard of Oz. The number 1 ranked album cover, Peace of Mind. Jay and Sonny both had it at number 1. Me and Tom both had Blizzard of Oz as number 1.
Yeah, I won't argue. I had Peace of Mind number one, and then I think Blizzard came along and bounced it. But I'm not going to argue with that. Peace of Mind might be. Well, it's hard to say. It's hard to say what the best Maiden cover is because they have so many unbelievably awesome covers. But
yep.
Yeah.
Sonny was Ditties number 2.
Do you want to hit the comments before we just give some closing thoughts?
Sure. Yep. Let's see. Daryl says no love for "Feels So Good" off of OU812.
Come on.
I like that song.
He says some of Sammy's best vocals.
I ranked it high.
Where did we have "Feel So Good"?
Sounds like a Casio
So
keyboard.
Good was, well, it went down 24 spots to number 76.
Wow.
Because Jay ranked it at 101.
What?
Yeah.
Oof. Okay, and then keep that up there, Sonny, because then Brad says, "Feels So Good, great song." Cabo Wabo wasn't discussed either. Great riff and groove to that one as well. Where do we have Cabo?
Cabo Wabo actually went up 11 spots to number 51 because Jay ranked it number 25.
Okay. Then Matt says OU812 is really a bad album cover. Yes, it is.
Yes.
I don't understand why it's that. It's not. It's not
It's boring.
headshot.
It's boring.
All right, it's boring, but it's not fucking
because what
like stupid or moronic.
No, but they're not, but you're a rock band. And it looks like a group picture at it, like that you're at like church. Like you have the greatest guitar player in the world, and all you see is it should be an action shot or some kind of graphic, not them sitting there.
The interesting covers that they always had. I mean, they always had, 1984, 5150. They always had these odd covers. They didn't really go back to that till Balance with the cover of Balance.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, but all their covers were a little off always. They were a little different. You kind of had to figure out, look at Fair Warning, and
awesome. Yeah.
I mean, it's just so OU812 and For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge are just boring covers.
Yep.
Either
have the band doing something, or like Women and Children First. I mean, it's a band shot. It's kind of weird. The back cover of Women and Children First is better, but either have like a band, like an action shot, or some kind of crazy graphic, like Jay said with Fair Warning or Balance or something. It just, I don't know.
Okay.
See, they would have had the Live Without a Net action shot on it, and then you would have been bitching about Sammy's headset mic. So, what a fucking in sync shit he's got on. So you'd have been mad anyway.
The only person who should be wearing a headset, mic is Britney Spears, and we know that. Okay. So, and since we're talking about it, it's hello for everybody from Britney. Okay. Continue.
It looks violated. But anyways, read the rest of the comments.
And then Matt says, public service announcement, new Accept album out in January.
Thank you. We got our first advertiser, Accept.
And then Tony Smith says, I can't wait until you guys review Slim Whitman's greatest hits.
I can tell you anything Slim Whitman does is better than Accept.
You don't have Balls to the Wall, whatever that fucking song is.
No.
Balls to the Wall, Midnight Mover.
Udo is brutal.
Yeah, he's Sonny. We agree.
Yeah,
but it is one of the best Beavis and Butthead videos.
Oh, absolutely, it is. Yep.
Who is this butt munch? Yeah, I remember that one.
Those are the comments.
All right, so any closing thoughts? Now, this is our first 10. Okay, we didn't veer off the kind of music that we kind of listen to, all of us, except for a few grunge. Obviously, we're going to we got something coming up next month, and we've we got coming up next 10 albums that we'll do for the next 10 album review that we'll do. I don't know. We might veer off a little more. Maybe get into some pop. Maybe get into some hip hop. Maybe get into I don't know, some more grunge. What was that?
Boy bands.
I'm not doing boy bands. Please, no.
And that's when the rankings will really go off the rails, because the person who picks the album will have those songs up here.
You have a 105A, 105B.
Exactly. We'll just Jay, we'll just have a place. We'll just call it the cellar, and they won't even have numbers.
Well, I'm looking forward to making Quit Playing Games with My Heart #1 on this whole list.
I love that song.
That's a great song.
That is a great song.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
NSYNC.
Is it NSYNC or Backstreet? I think it's Backstreet Boys.
Oh no, it's about Backstreet Boys. You're right.
That is a great. That is a great song. Yeah. And I said that on Facebook Live. I don't care. It's a great song.
I thank God I don't know what that is.
Okay.
But anyways, the thing is, I could do this to you fuckers too. I can pick a country album from the 90s. And you guys are like, what the fuck is this?
I dare you.
Oh, how many of you guys
dare you?
If I picked the song, I picked a fucking. See, it's easy to say, "Oh, Garth Brooks," because that's what everyone picks up. If you think like that, but if I went off the charts and took a Travis Tritt album or Dwight Yoakam or Patty Loveless album from the 90s,
go ahead,
bring it on. Pickup truck killed my dog. My woman left me to the. Bring it on. I don't give a shit.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, we lost Sonny there.
No, now
what was that? Sonny? You kind of broke up there.
I said, bring on the pickup truck. My dog died. My woman left me. I drink too much whiskey. Bring it on.
Maybe we could do the Kenny Rogers 6-pack soundtrack.
Oh, great movie. Hey, Zeus,
Smoking the Bandit soundtrack.
Zeus, you got some people in your corner. Tony Smith is saying Waylon and Willie, and Chris Vickery says yes on country from the 90s.
See, Waylon I can dig. I'm not too big on Willie. I like Willie Nelson is the Bob Dylan of country.
I don't like Willie Nelson either.
Everybody else does his songs better because his voice is fucking.
You like his son?
Do I like his gun?
His son. His son's got music out.
No.
Good stuff. I'll email it to you.
No, but I can how would you like if I start putting some Loretta Lynn? Oh, in Sonny's favorite, some George Jones, some Tammy Wynette.
Bring it.
You guys
do
game?
it. You know what? Right there. Why don't we do Bee Gees? Why don't we do Neil Diamond Streisand?
I love all that
album. Let's do it.
I love all that.
Bring it.
Evergreen, and you don't bring me flowers anymore.
Duran.
I'll do it. I love all those bands.
Don't stop at
REM.
What are you gonna do when I pick a Rush album? It's coming, so you better brace yourself.
I love Rush.
I don't have a problem with it. I'll listen to it. I'll give it.
Keep bringing all this shit and sucking a 3-piece to finally get to the top 50. Just keep bringing all this shit. Come on.
Loving every minute of it.
Oh God. No.
All right. Listen. Before we sign off, any other final comments anybody wants to make?
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
we'll get to that. We'll get to that part.
Yeah.
But any other comments about the list or anything like that?
No, it's look, we're all music fans and we're all stat geeks. So when you combine the two, it's always fun picking these things apart, looking at rankings, numbers, and people's opinions and different things. And it's fun, and I'm glad we could do this. And I just get out of the way now and just thank Jay for joining us. It was a blast.
Yeah. So before we do that, let's start Sonny first. He's the bottom. Sonny, where can we hear you, buddy?
Whoa,
besides on our show every
on the bottom. Sonny likes the
bottom. Sonny's on the bottom of my screen. Sonny, where can we hear you besides here all the time?
grownuprock.com or Podcast Rock City, wherever you get your fine podcasts. We're all over it.
Jay, tell us about you. What do you got coming up, and where can we find you, buddy?
Yeah, awesome. Thanks. You can find me right now, The Hook Rocks, at The Hook Rocks on Twitter. You can search up The Hook Rocks on Facebook. Have a podcast that usually does 2 episodes. We've got 3 new music spotlights coming up. We got Glenn Hughes coming up, Red Beach coming up. We got Robert Mason coming up. So we got a lot of stuff going on.
Excellent.
Sweet.
John, my podcast is available on all podcast platforms, and that's The Hook Rocks.
Nice.
Tom, do we have a podcast? What do we do?
Yeah, so shout it out Loudcast. If anybody's hearing this right now, and eventually we'll turn this into a podcast episode, we'll kind of pull the audio from it and try to publish it. Yep. But we do, we're an all Kiss podcast. We drop new episodes every Saturday, but once a month We do bonus episodes of non-Kiss music with Sonny, and that's what this is here, a recap of our first 10 bonus non-Kiss albums. And so Kiss podcast, but we come at it from a different angle. A lot of humor involved with our show. If you haven't heard us, check us out. You'll see what we're talking about. And we're available. We're on all the podcast platforms, and we're on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and email.
Yeah. So guys, hey, you know what? One of the things that we could do, we're not taking fucking listener episode we'll take suggestions, but we're not going to have listener picks.
No.
I know that was asked because we'll get something horrendous. So if you guys have suggestions or albums for us to review, send them our way. We love the feedback. You can catch us on email, shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com, shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. And then you can always DM us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and let us know what you think. I want to say first, thank you to Sonny, Jay, Tom, Kiss Army, all the Loudcasters out there. Thank you very much for listening, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much. Sonny, as always, thank you. And Jay, it was great working with you on a live stream for the first time. We really appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
This is the first time people have actually seen my mug.
I know. It's beautiful. What a lovely treat.
I do a lot of lotion on my face. So
Wow. Sonny, you got to edit that one out.
Clipped.
Yeah, that's getting clipped.
Something about lotion and Sonny's on the bottom and something about load.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
It's a good way to sign off.
Gentlemen. Thank you, everybody. Sonny, anything else from you, buddy?
No, thanks. Great time as always.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Peace out, Girl Scout.